What is going on out there in the land of America and beyond? Happy Sunday Fun Day, everybody. How is everybody? Welcome to another rendition of Delete Laws. My name is ChilleDeCastro. I will be your host. I am an autodidactic constitutional law scholar who was no-knock rated by the jackboot thug pigs in the year 2002, and I've been studying constitutional law ever since. Welcome to Delete Laws. If you would please hit the like button. Hit the like button just real quick. Hit the like button, Playboy. Hit the like button if you would please. And then put in the comment section for me my favorite phrase, OTVO. Overturn Terry versus Ohio. Put it in the comment section. OTVO. OTVO. If you want to put JBTP, which would stand for Jack Boot Thug Pig, you're welcome to do that too. You know, the cops are always trying to find a way to get into our cars. They always want to pull us over. That's what they want to do. That's their whole goal, is to pull us over. Am I wrong? Put a 1 in the chat. That's absolutely correct. Cops are trying to pull you over for nothing. Doesn't matter what it is. We're going to go over that and a lot more. Welcome to Delete Laws, everybody. Let's get right into this one. Unfortunately, I cannot show you what is about to happen. If I do, on February 18th at 9:15 p.m., deputies stopped a vehicle with expired registration. The vehicle was traveling northbound on Interstate 25 and pulled off at the Mountain Vista exit. After a brief contact, deputies determined the adult male suspect had provided a fictitious name and asked him to step out of the vehicle. The suspect, identified as Brent Thompson, then ran away from deputies toward the interstate. A taser was deployed in an effort to stop him from endangering innocent motorists. Unfortunately, Mr. Thompson was struck by a passing vehicle. Despite life-saving efforts by the deputies and EMS personnel, he was pronounced deceased at the hospital.
Go to the Skyway, 10 sandwich there. Okay, Constable, baby. You get the cars in the parking lot, see how far or wire. They were favorite. We did last week. Okay.
Nobody should be pulled over for expired registration. Nobody. The owner of the vehicle gets a ticket mailed to their house, and then they can determine how they want to deal with the ticket.
Deputy Lou with Lerma County Sheriff's Office. Reason why I'm stopping you is your registration's expired.
Registration. It's my girlfriend's car, actually.
Okay.
I was just actually helping her move.
Gotcha. Do you have your license?
I don't. I just literally got everything like clumped up here. So, and
What you should not talk at all. Remain silent. Don't say anything.
Just sorry, everything's just mumble jumble, you know.
You don't have your wallet or
I actually do. And then I got the little kitten in here too.
can you take the keys out of the ignition for me? I appreciate it.
You don't have to take your keys out of your ignition. You can tell him to go pound sand. You're detained. You're not going anywhere. He's probably going to tell you to get out, but who cares? You don't have to comply to an unlawful order. There's no law that says you have to take your keys out of the ignition. It's a way he's exercising dominion over another person. I'm afraid you're going to drive off. Then let him drive off. Don't chase him. We're going to get him eventually. He's not going to get away in the digital era.
Yeah. Oh, out of the ignition?
What's your girlfriend's name?
Victoria Dominguez.
What's your last name?
Jones.
Jones?
Yeah.
What's your first name?
Jacob.
At least he picked a cool fake name, Jacob Jones.
November 30th, 94.
Where are you heading to?
I was literally getting ready to turn back around because I forgot. Yeah.
Put a 1 in the chat if everybody knows exactly what I'm going to say right now. When a jackboot thug pig asks you questions, you invoke your Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You pull your trifold down from your visor and you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That's what you do. Regardless whether or not your papers are out of order, regardless whether or not you have your insurance card, you're not going to say anything nice and sweet to the cop that's going to change his perspective that his goal is to pull you over, impound your car, arrest you, and steal your money. There's nothing that's going to change that.
Bag and stuff like that.
Where are you hiding now?
Well, unless you sport around thin blue lines and cops suck. If you're a major blue line cop sucker, you might be able to get out of a ticket with the copper. So there is something you could say if you got blue lined wrist, you got a bracelet on with a blue line around it.
Where are you heading to?
I was literally getting ready to turn back around because I forgot, a bag and stuff like that.
Where are you heading now?
I was heading to Loveland.
You're heading to Loveland?
Yeah, but I figured it'd be quicker to turn around right here and then go back to grab the bag that I missed.
Okay.
You get what I'm saying?
Do you know which way you're going?
Yeah, I'm going north south. So this way I'm going actually north, but I need.
You see what happens when you start to talk to the cop? Do you see what happens? As soon as you start to talk to that copper starts to get, well, what about, do you know where you're, what are you talking about? He's behind the wheel of the car, man.
Go back to the hotel, to go to Loveland, which is off 34, which is south.
So why'd you go north?
Because
now you're getting into the nitty gritty. Listen to me and listen well. Invoke the Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold in your visor right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a trifold in your visor right now.
Because I was going to turn around, like I just said, to get the bag. You know what I mean? That was for the abrupt turn.
Look at this nonsense. Okay, I'm going to go with the beginning. I'm going to try not to interrupt it because it's so annoying to listen to this. This jackboot thug pig asks him, okay, where are you going? And then I'm not going to interrupt it. Just watch how this cop gets this kid who's already nervous. Expired driver's license, whatever. It's not life or death, right? Whatever this kid has done is not worth his life. Whatever he's hiding or guilty of because he driving on an expired license or whatever it was, it's not worth his life. Do we agree on that?
I'm going north south. So this way I'm going actually north, but I need to go back to the hotel, to go to Loveland, which is off 34, which is south.
So why'd you go north?
Because I was going to turn around, like I just said, to to get the bag. You know what I mean? That was like for the abrupt turn to the right because I forgot the backpack. You know what I'm saying?
So part of my job is to check for safe and sober drivers. Are you safe and sober driver?
I am safe and sober. I actually do not drink.
How much marijuana have you smoked?
I don't smoke marijuana.
Any illicit drugs?
No illicit drugs.
Okay. Stay in the car. I'll be right back. Okay?
Yeah.
Now you're answering to him. What if you do smoke Mary Jane, but you hadn't that day? Then you told him you do. If you don't answer the question, you're not cooperating anymore. You were cooperating a moment ago when you were answering questions. You answer one question, you answer all questions. If you answer one question, don't answer another question, you're not cooperating. I gotta mute it. The song. YouTube is just such a YouTube China. It really is. It's horrible. You guys don't know what we're going through on this side of having to edit videos and. Okay, turn his radio off. So we don't have to hear flat bottom girls. Round bottom girls. You make the rock and roll go round.
Charlie 36. Lots of Thompson, Tom Henry Ocean, Mary, Paul, Sam, Ocean, Nora. First of Brent, Bravo, Robert, Edward, Nora, Tom. Middles A for Alan. Date of birth 5/11 of 94. 5/11/94. Break. Can you just note the mail gave me a fictitious name of Jacob Jones with the date of birth 11/30/94. Paper.
Okay, Charlie. Trophy just went.
Any Charlie College?
Paper for arrival.
Okay. Meeting on contact.
They mute it because we're not allowed to hear it, I guess. We're not adults enough to hear what they're saying right here. Our daddies are not letting us hear what's being played. Why is it muted? I didn't mute it. So they know the kid has given a fake name. You heard it. They know it. So the gig is up, right? They know who this kid is what I'm trying to say. Put a 1 in the chat if you agree. They know who this kid is. There's no doubt they got him. They know his name. They know where he lives. They're going to be able to get him, right? They know he gave a fake name. They know that I didn't mute this. They muted it. We're not adult enough to hear what they're saying here. I'm sure it's something like, we're going to get him. Let's get him. Other units come around. Let's make sure that we get him. They muted all this. I can't hear anything. Why did they mute all that? It's still muted. Now he turns up. Now they got some coppers here. Okay. So far though, nothing's come back that he killed people or that he's got some woman crying in the streets that he RAPED'd them. None of that. There's no child with missing teeth. Oh, murder gloves. Murder gloves.
You mind rolling down the window for me?
Yeah, sorry, it's just a cat, and then I was saving my nicotine.
Gotcha. Can you step out for me?
Yeah, what's the problem? Yeah, please stay. Can I roll up the window?
That's fine, yeah. Thank you. Keep your hands where I can see them.
Yeah.
Come back here. I'm gonna patch it down just to make sure you don't have any weapons on you. Okay? You can relax. Go ahead and put that stuff on the so, did you give me the right name?
Yeah.
What's your name?
Jacob Todd Jones.
They know who he is, though. They already know who he is.
Did you give me the right name?
It is.
So they know who he is. That's the point is I'm trying to make this whole video. The reason I showed this, they know who he is. We live in a digital era where people live on social media. He eventually will check in on Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, TikTok. He's a young, good-looking kid. He will eventually check in somewhere. He's not getting away with this. And they'll impound his car once he runs away. He's not getting away ever. Not in a digital era, not anymore. That you running off and getting away from the cops and not getting caught, especially this kid, it's not happening anymore.
It's the right name. Yes, it is.
Unless you're a part of a mob where everybody's covered their head and they ran in 20 different directions, even then, they still track people down from the tags on their clothing. It's crazy.
I know. So right now you're under arrest. Stop doing your chase! Stop!
Why are you chasing him, bruh? Why are you chasing him? Why do you got to chase him? You know who he is.
Shit! Shit!
Yeah. Yeah. Right there. Yeah. Sorry. I wish I could have shown it to you, but you need to see it. You heard the sound. He's gone. Right there, he's gone. He just got hit by a SUV that was doing 65 miles an hour. Better get a flashlight facing down the road, you douchebag. More cars are coming. Get your flashlight out, you moron. Moron. Moronic pig. Stupid pig. Jackboot thug pig. You just saw him get hit by an SUV. He's gone, dude. He's dead. His back is broken. His neck is broken. He's gone, dude. No way. No way. You're going to cuff him up after you saw him get hit by an SUV? You're going to cuff him up in the middle of the road? That's called despotism. No way. I didn't know he cuffed him up. He's cuffing up a dead kid. You're not supposed to move somebody. You're not supposed to move them. Bones that are broken can puncture into lungs and organs. And why are you dragging him after you just saw him get hit by a car? You know he has multiple broken bones. Well, the first step of becoming certified is check the scene. Are you in a safe scene? So you have to move him off the highway unless you have someone there to block off the traffic, and then you don't have to move him, so you could try to save his life. He's cuffing him up. You're cuffing up. You put cuffs on him first, then you flip him over and say, "Stay with me." This whole you come running up on a kid who you just saw get hit by a Suburban. And your first thought is, I better get him in cuffs? What kind of human being signs up to this job? Who out there watches this video and then says, I think I want to sign up to be a jackboot thug pig? I want it to be me on camera putting a dead guy in torture cuffs. Only the cuffs can't torture him anymore, boys. He's gone. What kind of person does this? Just watch, and I won't say a word.
Hey, man. Hey, hey, man.
The morbidity of this disgusting human demon, the morbidity of him. This is the part that just really crushes my soul. Okay, got them all cuffed up.
Hey, man. Hey,
You just watched him die on the road, bro. He may not be dead yet. He's gonna die. After you get the torture cuffs on him, you flip him over and then go, oh, stay with me, man. Stay with me. As if you're not a piece of shit of a person. As if you're not the worst of human beings. You murdered him. You could have let him run off. You knew who he was, meaning you know how to trace him down. You don't need to chase him down a freeway. We live in a digital era, for the love of God. Still got him in torture cuffs. What a pig. The guy's completely knocked unconscious, brain injury, back injury, neck injury, dying. He's still holding him down as he has him in torture cuffs.
Hey, stay with me.
What a joke. I mean, seriously, what a joke.
We're gonna get him. Come on, go over.
Get him out of the torture cuffs so you can move his body around normally. Is your mouth dropped wide open right now? Are you like this? That's my mouth. I'm watching this. Close your mouth. My mouth is my jaw dropped. I'm jaw dropped right now. What am I watching here? You watch a guy get hit by an SUV. His brain is mush. You can't take blunt trauma to the head by a 2 or 3 ton vehicle that's doing 65 miles an hour. You can't take blunt trauma force to the head like that. He's dead. And then he puts him in torture cuffs. That's his first priority before he even drags him off the street for his own safety to get out of the freeway. And then he begins some sort of mock CPR, some sort of like you got the guy's body all contorted. His back's probably broken. You got his handcuffs underneath of his body. So the CPR is all about blood circulation, getting the blood to circulate and to go again, to get pumping again. Well, if you have his arms cut off from circulating blood, not the best way to get him going again. But they drag his body that's broken over the top of a guardrail. It's just so unbelievable to watch this. And they wonder why they can't, and by the way, you don't get a pass. You don't get a pass. You don't come, you know what? People come to my channel and they say, oh, they're signing up to be a pig. Don't come around here telling me you're signing up to be a pig. Don't come around here telling me you're signing up to be a jackboot thug pig. I'm not interested in your membership. I'm not interested in your viewership. I don't need your likes, comments, or shares. I don't give a shit. You sign up to be a pig, you're the enemy. If you're a pig, you're the enemy. You're the enemy of us. It's just plain and simple. Look, your goal was to get some kid who was probably doing chemicals, who was probably lost his way, probably didn't have a license, whatever. Probably had all the problems that a young person has. And you chased him down the freeway so that you could catch your guy, and you murdered him. You tased him on the freeway because you didn't give a shit about his life. And now you're doing some junior high school. Not even, I don't even say junior high school. I could do CPR in junior high school. This is a joke. This is a stand-up comedy show. Why don't you take the cuffs off him, dude? And look at the dude, dead as a doornail. Dead as a doornail. When you need to tap out, you're doing, he's dead. He got hit by an SUV doing 65 miles an hour.
Yep. 3, 2, 1.
I mean, at least cry or something, dude. You just killed a dude. You just murdered a guy. I just want to see the alligator tears come down.
Charlie 37, tell the ambulance we are just south of the Mountain Vista overpass on northbound I-25.
Take the cuffs off of him.
Let me know when.
How about you take the cuffs off him? How about you take the cuffs off the guy so he doesn't die, and he's dead already. Why not take the cuffs off him?
What do you need?
I need you to take the torture cuffs off the guy. You put the cuffs on him after he got hit by an SUV.
We need someone to get this guy's info. He's got his family in the car.
Okay.
So this pig not only ruined and killed that guy and his family and everything he ever was and hoped and dreamt of, but the driver of the SUV, who didn't expect someone to be tased in the middle of the road, laying there half unconscious, didn't expect to kill a young guy in the road because he didn't think someone who's a peace officer would shoot somebody with a taser in the middle of the highway. And now his life is going to be turned upside down. He's going to go through hell. Just think about what that guy's going to go through.
EMS on scene. CPR is still in progress.
You guys see what Mark just said? I put it on the screen.
You all right, man?
Yeah.
Are you all right? Oh, dude. Are you
You all right, man?
Yeah.
are you all right? Yeah, you're all right. You just murdered a dude for what? For having some chemicals, or his license was suspended. What'd you kill him for? Why'd you have to get him so bad you had to tase him when he tripped over the guardrail when he was on the highway running from you? Why didn't you just let him run away? You knew who he was already. You identified him already, so that means you could track him down. When do the cuffs come off?
Helicopter? No. There's agonal respirations.
When did the torture cuffs come off this man? When do they take the torture cuffs off?
Let's just get the cot out. Yeah, I'll take them in a minute.
So that's the murderer? No, that's not the murderer. That's the EMT. So the guy who murdered the copper, the dirty pig who murdered this guy, he just gets now time off. He just gets time off so he can go through his own healing process. He gets paid time off with vacation time, with every bonus and anything else he would ever get. He gets all that, and he gets to stay off for as long as he needs to stay off. He might stay off for a year or two and be paid the whole time.
He has some eye movement. Some eye movement? Yep.
Let me know if you want to switch out.
Start backing.
How about taking the cuffs off of him, since you know that he has some eye movement, that he's not going to be fighting you? You don't have to be scared. Take the torture cuffs off the man. Take the torture cuffs off the man.
I don't feel a pulse, but
He doesn't feel a pulse.
nothing. Feel one, but get it for you.
He's dead.
I'm going with viable. You all right? Yeah. I'm going to transport. 100%. Agreed. Fired. Put these on. Actually, can you cut this shirt off?
There's taser wires somewhere over here.
Taser wires, I see it.
I think they broke off. He should still have good probes in him in his back.
Engine one, okay. We'll pull
Hey,
up back.
Powers, will you stay with him if he needs to tap out? Thanks.
Is he going to mute the camera like he did earlier? Is he going to be muted so we don't get to hear the story he tells here? The bullshit story he tells? Did you see that? He motioned that he had a camera and the other guy said, cool, and immediately bolted. This guy right here, he's going to get notified by the guy wearing the camera that he's wearing a camera, and he says, cool, verbally acknowledging the body language and the inference to the camera that the murderer is wearing, and he's going to bug out immediately. Watch.
Okay.
Did you see?
You guys need mine? Again?
Yeah, they'll probably do that. Sam 20s.
That body camera should remain on and should remain rolling for the next couple hours. It should not be turned off, and it should not be muted or silenced. We should get to hear exactly what the killer is saying a couple hours afterwards while he unwinds, so we can see if he just blurts out. He doesn't go to the meeting with all the guys where everybody's talking because he's got a body camera on. This body cam thing has become a joke. We get to see the dead bodies afterwards. Look, what happened to the pig who did it? He turns and faces the other way while those guys all convene together. It's so obvious. They've created a body cam system of communication where the person with the body cam doesn't go over where the guys talk. It's just so ridiculous. We can see it.
So backstory on him, he gave a bogus name. When we confirmed he knew about his real name, he took off running.
All right,
So do you hear what he just said? They confirmed his real name. So then let him take off running. You got him.
Story on him, he gave a bogus name. When we confirmed he knew about his real name,
When we confirmed his real name.
he took off running.
All right, so foot pursuit. Interstate was clear. You tased him when he went down. Car freaking hit him.
Why is he muting it? You got to be kidding me, dude. This is a joke. This is an absolute joke. He muted the camera. We don't get to hear what they're saying. This is ridiculous. This is just this. What an absolute jip. What an absolute scam this body cam has become. What a scam. I mean, you gotta be kidding me. They mute the body cam as the explanation is gonna come in the moment. He has the sense to mute the body cam. The body cam has become part of one of their tools so they can try to prove that they're good while making sure they hide anything that would show that they're really the demons that they are. It's just disgusting. He muted the camera. What are we even talking about here? This has become a national joke for us. Body cam footage is a joke. There's no sound. There's no sound. And now he's going to turn it completely off. No, the driver was transferred to an area where he's pronounced dead. Yeah, we know that. Let me share the link in the comment section. So if you guys want to go over here and subscribe and watch that video or share that video, there's the link for it right there. So I'm going to show you now a montage of different videos where the mainstream media will,
you might notice people with
will justify that you should be pulled over for your registration being expired. Put a 1 in the chat if you should not be pulled over for an expired registration. That's an administrative task. If your car's on the road and you're the car owner and the expired registration, you get a ticket in the mail, then your car was on the road. Now you can take the action you need to take as the car owner, as the registered car owner. There's no reason to pull someone over for expired registration. That has a car owner that can easily be traced down through the DMV. There's no reason to pull the person over. There's no reason. Unless, of course, the government has an ultimate plan to track and tag all of us to be able to get our identification so that we always have a geolocation of where we're going to be, so that the Secret Service and the FBI and the CIA and all the rest of them can all feel comfortable that they know where everybody is at all times. Control is such an illusion. It is such an illusion. I'm going to show you a montage of videos here. Maybe 8 or maybe 6 or 7, I guess, videos in a row from the news agencies, from the state-run media, where the state-run media is going to do nothing but justify that if your registration is expired, that you should be pulled over. And they're going to play the Stanford experiment, where they're going to say, you are the subject. You are the one to be monitored and tagged and tracked and feed and fined. And these are the people who are in charge of us. You can see the narrative so plain as day. If you get pulled over by the cops, you pull your trifold down and you invoke your Fifth Amendment right as you film that jackboot thug pig with your camera. That's what you do. You invoke your First Amendment right, your Fourth Amendment right, your Fifth Amendment right. Then you dominate that jackboot thug pig. Flying elbow, booyah, right in the chops, baby. Right in the chops. Just dominate that pig, but use your trifold. That's how you do it. That's how you do it.
You might notice people with overdue license plate registrations all over Colorado.
New tonight, at least one city is cracking down. Fox 31's Evan Krugel is in studio.
At least one city is cracking down. Cracking down on who? So when you say cracking down, who's that crackdown done upon? You. It's you and me. That crackdown is upon your family, your brother, your sister, your mother, your father, your best friend, your sister, your lover. That's who the crackdown is on. And here's the state-run media agents to ensure that you understand that you're to be cracked down upon. That's what your job is, to be cracked down upon.
To explain.
Yeah, Andrea, by the time February rolls
around, and Andrea's throwing it over there.
It's fairly obvious
to Chip over here. And then Chip's going to explain to you how it is.
Who still has a sticker from last year. In this case, it's the 2022 yellow sticker. But police in Aurora spent the day looking for those drivers, with one officer handing out 7 tickets in just a couple of hours.
Be warned. There's one officer gave 7 tickets in just a couple hours. They're looking for you. Better give your money to the government. Hurry, pay the government. Get your tags. It's just such a scam. And you see that? This mainstream state-run media operative?
Roses are red, and so is the 2023 sticker you should have on your license plate by now. But across Metro Denver, it is not hard to find plates stuck in the past.
It is crazy the amount of expired plates there are out there.
Matthew Longshore and Aurora Police targeting the issue today.
I don't think we went more than 30 minutes between traffic stops.
One traffic officer handing out 7 tickets for expired tags.
There's the warning again. It's repeated. 7 tickets. You got 7 tickets for expired tags. You have to get your tags. You have to give the government the money. They need the money from your tags.
In just a few hours.
The yellow tags were certainly a dead giveaway. We run the tag, and if it came back,
all we gotta do is see colors. It's yellow or red. If it's yellow, then we know we got you. We're looking for only red tags. You know what I'm saying, Cletus? I sure do. Time to tend the rabbits, Lenny.
Expired, we were going to make that stop.
We're going to make that stop. You get a 1-month grace period. The state-run media is telling you we're going to pull you over.
Drivers get a 1-month grace period on renewing registration, but anything from 2022 or older is now considered expired.
We contacted quite a few people today that expired in 2022.
Longshore says they're also seeing more and more people failing to update their temporary tags after buying a new car.
The thing about those paper plates, those temporary tags, is they expire the day after that date on the tag.
And while Longshore understands there are bigger crimes happening, he says officers routinely find additional problems after pulling over someone with expired tags.
So there it is. There it is right there. Their idea of policing and protecting people's rights is we're going to randomly pull people over and see if there's anything arrestable. See if they didn't pay a traffic ticket. See if we can arrest them. Listen to the words.
For plates, those temporary tags, is they expire the day after that date on the tag.
And while
they expire the day after the date on the tag, and we are enforcing that.
Longshore understands there are bigger crimes.
So they understand there's bigger crimes happening, but there's bigger crimes going on.
He says officers routinely find additional problems.
So when we pull over people, though, we find additional problems that we can arrest them for. So the revenue is going for us. We're making money. We're still arresting people. We're letting you know we're going to arrest as many people as we can by pulling you over for your tag.
After pulling over someone with expired tags.
Some people are like, why don't you go out and catch bad guys? Well, you'd be surprised the amount of guns and drugs people wanted.
Okay, and all those guns and drugs that you're catching, put a 1 in the chat if the guns and the drugs that these coppers are catching is having zero societal effect. Mass shootings, child porn, rapes, murders, assault, petty crime, all crime is up across the board. So them trying to shake down the middle class isn't exactly making our culture better. It's creating a police state for mostly law-abiding citizens who are nitpicked to death for reasons they can arrest us so they can impound our car, drag us off to the dungeon, and steal our money because we'll pay it because we have jobs and we're regular people and we're just living life. The bums and the losers sleeping in tents on the side of the road can flock and suck and do drugs and shoot and do all the things they're doing right there in a tent. But if you didn't pay that traffic ticket, you got to go to jail. Let's impound their car, charge a huge fee to get them out of jail, then give them multiple different tickets and persecute them and prosecute them because you'll pay because you got to get back to working 60 hours a week. And that's a rant.
For different crimes, including murder, are contacted.
Oh, you're getting all kinds of murderers from pulling people over for expired tags? What a load of shit on a stick.
On these simple traffic stops.
Now, waiting to update that registration can also cost you more than just that court summons.
I mean, this guy's such a salesman, such a slick snot salesman. The state-run media, I mean, just really take a look at this guy right here. Like, he's just all in it.
Waiting to update that registration can also cost you more than just that court summons. The DMV does charge a $25 per month late fee, up to a total of $100. In the studio, Evan Krugel, Fox 31.
So let me sell you my idea. You got to have it. And then it gets worse, right? Because then other people are going to join in on, hey, why aren't the cops giving people tickets for having expired registration?
Today's Why Guy question comes in via voicemail from Lisa.
Here's my question. Why are we going after out-of-state license plates when we have all these ones that are running around that haven't been registered for years?
Oh, there's a Karen right there. Take a look. There she is right there. Why are we running around all these out-of-state plates? We have all these ones that are running around that haven't been registered for years, Karen, and she wants those people pulled over. I mean, look at this. Why are we going after out-of-state plates? Why are we going after anybody? I thought we were free. I thought we were a free country. Look at Lessa. She's Lessa, whatever she says her name. Look at her. Total Karen. Pathetic. I mean, truly pathetic. They have our own people saying, get them.
Place when we have all these ones that are running around that haven't been registered for years. I see it every single day on the freeway and in town. Why aren't we
pulling those people over? There it is right there. Put a 1 in the chat if Lessa is a joke, if she is part of the problem. Stop involving the police in your lives and in your friends and family's lives. Stop encouraging people to call 911. Stop encouraging people to interact with cops. Cops are scum. Yeah, I'm sorry, whether I like it or not. The overall is bad. It's not good. It's created a blue wall of silence, and they mostly are working against us, working against freedom and liberty. And the state-run media brainwashes people that you need to have your registration tag, or the news is telling you they're cracking down. And then you got people like Lessa, however she says her name, who are like, why aren't we pulling people over for their expired registration? I see people with expired registration. Why aren't they getting pulled over? We have to stop this mentality. We have to stop it. I wish I didn't have a trifold business. I wish I didn't sell a trifold to you so that you invoked your Fifth Amendment right. I really wish I didn't. It would be better off for society if I didn't have a trifold business. If hardly anybody was getting pulled over, unless they were driving like such an asshole that they have to be pulled over. You know what I'm talking about? Like when you're 15 or 18 or 17, or I say teen because that's when we drove that way. Even early 20s sometimes, you drove like this maniac arsehole, not thinking about you could kill somebody here, right? You're driving like an arsehole in the city. You can still see it now. People love to do the car stuff. You see the drifting, the street takeovers and all over the country. We see it. It's happening. Only people like that should actually be pulled over. Not using a blinker, following too close, your license plate light, as fresheners hanging from your mirror, all of those things you should not be pulled over for. You simply shouldn't be. I don't care if you think you're catching murderers by pulling someone over because there was a air freshener hanging from the rearview mirror. I'm calling bullshit.
those people over?
Lisa, legit question. One new survey found 23% of California drivers register vehicles late. How do they get caught? Well, you get pulled over for speeding or any other traffic violation, and that's when they'll nail you for the out-of-state registration. That gets added to the ticket. While it's easier to catch an out-of-state car with expired tags, CHP says they are on the lookout for expired in-state tags too. Quote, CHP enforces registration violations for all vehicles, regardless of the state in which they are registered. And
so the cops enforce registration violations for all vehicles, regardless of which state. So remember, the DMV money for the state goes back to that state. So then why would a CHP cop pull you over if you came from an out-of-state plate in Washington and your tags were expired, so that they can try to arrest you for something else? That's the whole point.
Quote, if your registration is late by 10 days, the fine is $20. If it's up to a year late, it's $60. From 1 year to 2 years late, $100. The max fine for 2 years or more is $200 in late fees. So, is law enforcement specifically on the lookout for expired license plate tags? Quote, we have a finite number of resources, and speaking honestly, that's not high on our priority list.
Unless, of course, they're looking for a reason to pull you over and your license plate registration is expired. And then, of course, it's a perfect reason to pull you over. You should not be pulled over for expired registration.
End quote.
You simply should not be pulled over for expired registration.
Honestly, that's a no. And if you do have a Why Guy question, reach me at my Facebook page. It is Walt Gray News.
Look at the caption on this one right here. Look at the caption. I'm gonna pause right here, but look at the caption. Got expired plates? Be warned. Be warned about what? Be warned. 100 people like it. "26 weeks of law enforcement training to become a sheriff of Nottingham. Such a noble endeavor. We can all feel safer with those expired registrations are being billed properly." I feel so much safer knowing this is being enforced. Every night I wonder if an expired tag is going to break into my house. Every time I go, an expired tag could be just waiting around the corner. This is good police work. I'm tired of all the expired tags driving people clogging up the roads. And then here's your Karen or Kevin. About time I pay mine every year through the pandemic like I'm supposed to. If you can't afford a bus pass is cheaper than your payment, insurance, tags, and gas, not to mention maintenance. Either pay to have good tags or get off the roads. Oh my goodness, you gotta be kidding me. Full on Karen Kevin right there. And now let's listen to the state-run media give your proper warning. Okay. Be warned is what it says. Be warned, everybody.
Well, a lot of us put off some maintenance items during the pandemic, like renewing our license plates. Well, law enforcement were all right with giving people a grace.
Oh, they were all right with giving us a grace period. Aw. Well, thanks, coppers. They were all right with giving us
pandemic, like renewing our license plates. Well, law enforcement were all right with giving people a grace period to get them back up to date, but that's now winding down.
Oh, they were okay with giving us a grace period. Our fathers have decided that grace period is now over. What do we say to our kids? What do we say to the kids? Do this 5, 4, right? That's what we do with the kids. Your grace period is now over. You will get your stuff together and get your butt in bed. Your grace period of your expired registration is now over. The state-run media is backing up. Cops were giving you a grace period, okay? You were getting a grace period by the cops. You need to be grateful for the grace period you did get for your expired registration. If you can't afford your tags, a bus pass is much cheaper. You have to pay for insurance, registration, and tags. If you can't afford your tags, get your car off the road. I mean, come on.
Kelly Worthman reports from Douglas County tonight on how officers are starting to crack down.
Oh, there's the crack down term again. The exact same verbiage. The exact same words. Cops are starting to crack down. Different news station altogether, same words. Gosh, that's so weird. Like someone's telling them what to say.
Drive just about anywhere and you're bound to see one.
We are seeing a lot of expired tags.
Expired license plates, and not just a couple months past due.
We see plates expired from years and years ago, 2017, 18, 19, 20.
You may find it shocking, perhaps annoying. Well, now law enforcement is pumping the brakes on the so-called grace period for those overdue tags.
When it comes to temporary registration, you do not have any grace period at all. When it comes to temporary registration, you do not have any grace period at all. When it comes to temporary registration, you do not have any grace period at all.
You hear him? You don't have any grace period at all when it comes to a temporary tag. And this guy's ready to forget the crime, forget the rapes, the murders, the robberies, forget those. He's got his uniform and your tags are expired. He's got the lights and the gun and backup. You're going down.
We rode along with Colorado State Patrol Trooper Brenton Crow.
Look where they have to ride. They have to ride in the back of the cage. We don't have any humanitarian sort of effort with policing. It's all about punishing. The gun right there. He's got his gun right there. And then he's got his taser, his stick. And then you can't ride along with the cop. You have to go in the cage.
And it didn't take long to find a problem plate.
Oh, a problem plate, the state-run media operative tells us. That it's a problem plate.
Hello, sir. I'm with the Colorado State Patrol. My name is Trooper Creel. The reason I stopped you for is your month on your license plate is missing.
Whether a tag is missing or outdated, it's no longer tolerated.
It's no longer, man, listen to the messaging. She's telling us. Listen to what she tells us, the state-run media operative.
It's missing.
Whether a tag is missing or outdated, it's no longer tolerated.
Missing.
Whether a tag is missing or outdated, it's no longer tolerated.
Cops are cracking down. It's no longer tolerated. Your daddies have decided for you.
Depending on how expired it is.
Oh, right. If it's last year, more than 12 months, I got to get you. Forget the guy, the 7-Eleven guy that got robbed last week. I took the report. I'm not going to investigate that. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't go ask questions and do any kind of work like that.
It'll be a fine.
As the days of blaming the pandemic are coming to a stop.
Oh, the days of blaming the pandemic? Who do you think set that whole thing up? I'm just wondering. I'm just wondering. Put a one in the chat if you know anything about the pandemic. Who set up that pandemic? Who was that? Your days of using the pandemic as your excuse are over. Who did the pandemic? What was that? Didn't kill millions of people, and then they produced this funny kind of thing, medicine thing, and then that medicine is that can 1 in 800,000 people could be affected to the terminal end of you took that experimental medication that they forced you to take, and then you have a 1 in 800,000 chance now of, you know what I'm saying? And so now your excuse for your registration, you're not paying the government for your registration, is over. And the state-run media is going to let you know that. They're going to tell you, you don't make excuses for your pandemic reasons. Okay? You get your money into us. And cops are cracking down. No longer being tolerated. There's no longer a grace period. Just want you to know that. I hope your registration isn't expired. Yeah. Oh yeah, I lost a lot of people. We lost a lot of people from the pandemic where there was that, I think, what they say it was a bat? Isn't that what they said? What was I don't know what the thing was. I'm not educated about it. It was some sort of, they said something, how it was created, and some people say it was this, some people say it was that. I don't know, but it seems like it, was it created? It was not created. I don't know. It was created. It killed my gym teacher from elementary school, Mr. Jackson, who gave me my first trophy in wrestling ever. I'm just saying, don't make excuses because of the pandemic. All right.
Because no longer tolerated.
No,
depending on,
it's no longer tolerated, depending how much it's expired. Listen to how stupid he is. He doesn't say depends on how long ago the registration expired. He doesn't know how to speak.
How expired it is.
How expired it is. If it's expired, it's expired. Expires 100 or none. So you mean how long it's been expired? Is that what you're trying to say? Yes, but you're stupid.
Dated, it's no longer tolerated.
Depending on how expired it is, it'll be a fine.
As the days of blaming the
is it me or does he seem slow? Let me just saying, does he?
How expired it is, it'll be a fine.
As the days of blaming the
seems like he's having a struggle finding words.
The pandemic are coming to a stop.
Because COVID really did.
Don't you blame the pandemic.
It impact people. People lost their jobs, financial difficulties, and I'll see why they're past due.
With most DMV locations no longer requiring appointments and self-serve kiosks available for either.
Oh, so you mean you can pay in, no problem, but they can't just give your car a ticket for expired tags and have you pay in through the same electronic system? Is that what you're saying? I'm so confused.
Easy registration renewals, excuses for expired tags are running thin.
Oh, now first not tolerated, and now excuses for you can't use the pandemic anymore. Now excuses are running thin. Why you haven't paid the government your money?
You have an appointment to get that registered.
And if you're caught, don't be surprised to get a citation.
Failing to register your vehicle is just a citation in itself.
Trooper Krill says they're also seeing many people with fake plates.
It's mostly the font.
Like this driver, who also had a forged registration.
Yeah.
Oh, that son of a gun. You know what? I wonder if the cops are going to execute them on the side of the road. And then people would say, you know what? They forged their registration. It was fake. They deserve what they got.
Are usually purchased off of social media.
So what was perhaps easy to get away with then is a target on your vehicle now.
Put those new registration tabs on your vehicle. It could save you some hassle.
In Douglas County, I'm Kelly Worthman, covering Colorado First.
Ugh. I mean, put a 1 in the chat if you want to puke right now. Put a 1 in the chat if you'd like to puke. If you'd like to puke right now. Oh yeah, I'm gonna wait for that one. I got a different one for you here. That's not the one. This is the one. Okay. Here's the cop sucking video. So I'm not exactly sure what this guy had that was visible. That was, I think it's a thin blue line somewhere. I saw this video and I wanted to share it with you guys. Everybody do me a favor, hit the like button. It's the thumbs up button right down there. Hit the like button. Hit the like button. It looks like that. You see that thumb? Whoop, 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 whoop. It's as good as my pinky. Hit the like button. Put in the comment section OTVO. Gloria, Greg, what's going on? JT Soup. Jack Boot. Thug Pig. Okay. I'm going to show you guys something. Chevy! What's going on, Playboy? I'm going to show you guys this cop sucker. This cop sucker right here gets away from a copper because he's got some cop suck paraphernalia somehow going on. He's got some kind of cop sucky thing going on here. See the cop right there? He's got that right there. There's a copper behind him. You can see it. Oh, dude sees copper. We're watching. There's no sound on this yet. Dude sees copper. He took another glance. Watched the driver's eyes. He knows there's a cop behind him. Took another glance there. Another glance there. So he's aware of the copper, even though he's a cop sucker. Probably got a cop sucking license plate or something like that. Glance in. Oh, lights are on. Copper's pulling him over. Lights are on. Copper's pulling him over. It's almost like his body cam didn't come on for 30 seconds himself, right? This was a strange fast forward, wasn't it? Got pulled over for dark tint.
How you doing, sir? Oh, what's going on, man? You got license 2033? Yeah.
For the love of all that is holy and good. Did you just see that?
License 2033? Yeah.
Stop. All right, look. It might be you. You see what he's doing right there? It might be you. That the copper blows your brains out. It doesn't really matter why or what or how, what happened. Let's see the video. Everybody wants to see the video of how you died. You lean over, put your hand in your glove box like Tweedledum over here, copsucker that he is, and blap. Your brains are on the steering wheel. And Team DLZ, the people who have been here, put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm saying is not hyperbole. That if you reach into the glove box and that copper thinks he sees a gun and he blows the back of your head off, perfectly justified. He thought he saw a gun. I mean, there's high profile cases. What happened to Philando Castile's cop that murdered him because he did have a firearm? Nothing. I mean, you have a trifold in your visor. I gave you this fancy broccoli wad rubber band. You see how fancy that is? This goes up on your visor. A copy of your registration, driver's license, and proof of insurance goes slipped inside the visor. And then when you get pulled over, you take your, I don't have anything here. I got a camera, nothing. You take your phone just like this and you give him your license, registration, and proof of insurance. And then he asks any questions. You invoke your Fifth Amendment right, followed up by a camera. That's how you do it. You do not reach into a glove box like this guy's doing. You do not reach into a glove box. It's crazy, man. Just felt like this spike where I wanted to bark. You do not reach into the glove box. Like it's just like that's controlling blood pressure, because I could just feel the overwhelming urge to just scream just now. You do not reach into the glove box. Do it in a fun way, I guess. So, but I could feel the spike in my adrenaline where you don't reach into the glove box. You don't reach into the glove box. You see what he's doing in this video? You don't do that. You don't do it. I mean, come on. Like, people, I know how people are. We all know how people are. They're afraid and they're broke. That's most people. Most people are scared and broke. It's 90% of us. 90% of people, I'm not afraid. Afraid and broke. So that's why I put this rubber band in your envelope. In your envelope. It came in your envelope. There's only been a few envelopes that didn't get rubber bands. I know which ones they were, and it's because we ran out of rubber bands. There's like 3 or 4 people didn't get rubber bands. To this day, it haunts me that I didn't send those 3 or 4 people a rubber band. So you could put it over your visor. Your trifold, it goes right in your visor. And then if you order a trifold, I usually give you a free cop card with it. Don't tell anybody, though. Keep it between us. I want people to buy my products. But I usually slip a free Fifth Amendment cop card right in there for you. Don't tell anybody, though. Don't tell anybody. You don't reach into the glove box. Do we agree? Put a 1 in the chat if we all agree. You don't do this. And if you do, you have that conversation with the cop first, right? You got to reach into your glove box. You got the copper. You got your camera out right away. But then, you left your wallet in the glove box. You didn't have everything up in your visor. Cop comes up and he says, hey, license and registration. And you say, I have to reach into my glove box. Are you ready? I'm going to open it. Are you ready for me to reach into my glove box? Then he may ask you, do you have any firearms in there? And you say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Ha ha ha! Dirty jackboot thug pig. I don't answer your damn questions. Let's see if we can spot how this guy's a cop sucker.
Police? No. Got a cop in the family? No, I just support it. Where you from?
So what did he see? Right here, the cop, he says, give me your whatever, it's in the glove box in the console. And now what did the cop see or say? Maybe he has a thin blue line on his speedometer or something. Watch the cop's demeanor change.
Oh, what's going on, man? You got like 23rd? Yeah. Police?
Are you police? Is what he asks him.
No.
So, now he looks at what it is. There's something on he's got some cop sucking thing there.
Got a cop in the family?
They're looking at the same thing.
No, I just support it.
You just support what? What does he just support? What do you support? Huh? You support being pulled over? What does he support? You just support what? What does he support? What does he have in his little speedometer area there that made the cop ask him, are you a cop? And he said, no. Is your a cop in the family? He said, no. He said, I just support it. Well, you just support what? A thin blue line terror flag? Is that what he has? He supports pork. Chris Banks says he supports pork. He's a pork supporter.
No. Got a cop in the family? No, I just support it. Where you from? You from town? Yeah, I'm from Belleville. How old are you? 19. Reason I'm stopping you. Our sergeant called it out. That's why. Front windshield tints and the back plate. We always got to check if it's a cop or not, because cops always do this. But our sergeant always yells at us to pull these cars over. You understand?
So cops always do this. Did you hear this? So this guy's got his windshield and his back plate tinted.
Not because cops always, and the back plate. Our sergeant called it out. That's
Our sergeant called it out. So he takes orders from somebody not to uphold people's rights, but to give people tickets for what?
why. Front windshield tints
Front windshield tint
and the back plate.
and the back plate. He has a tint over his back plate.
We always got to check if it's a cop or not because
We always got to check if it's a cop or not. So he has some sort of thin blue line flag on his speedometer. He's got his front windshield tinted and his back plate tinted just like a pig. But yet he's not a pig and he's got no pigs in his family.
cops always do this.
Cops always do this. Cops always do what? Have tinted windows with front windshield tinted and everything else?
But our sergeant always yells at us to pull these cars over. You
The sergeant yells at you? Is that right? Does he really yell at you?
understand? If I was you,
If I was you,
I would take care of these tints.
I would take care of these tints.
Let's get them out. You can have the back. You can have the back three. Back windshield and the back two. Get rid of that tint on the plate and the tint on the windshield. Okay. Always look at that. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay.
See, the moment do you notice the demeanor change? We watch a lot of stops here, right? On delete laws. You ever see cops treat people this kindly, this nicely? I mean, we hardly ever see this. Why is he being so kind? He thinks that he's a cop or he's a cop sucker. He's definitely a cop sucker. He's got a thin blue line somewhere. He does the same things cops do. And look how he's like, if I was you, I'd get rid of the tint here, get rid of the tint there. You're probably all good. Like, look how as soon as he believes that this guy is somehow associated with Team Blue, that he changes the way it's usually hey, your fucking tint is too dark. Your mother effing tint is too dark. Can you step out of the vehicle now for me, please? It's because he's a bootlicker, though. Like, we should put that in there. Dakota Wolf just put in there he's a bootlicker. Because he's a bootlicker, then the cop is nice as apple pie to him. I feel like the cop's his cousin or his brother or his best friend. I mean, listen how the cop talks to him here.
Cars over, you understand? If I was you, I would take care of these tints. Let's get them out. You can have the back. You can have the back three. Back windshield and the back two. Get rid of that tint on the plate and the tint on the windshield. Okay. We always look at that. I'll be right back. Hold on. Okay. We'll let you off with a warning. Okay. You already got it.
He's going to be let off with a warning. Isn't that a miracle?
We'll let you off with a warning. Okay. You already got a ticket for unclear plates. That means that you got to change it. Okay. Change the front windshield and the back plate, all right? All right. All right. Have a good day.
Have a good day, officer. Have a good day. He just gets to have a great day.
ABC 15 investigators.
You're about to hear from the Arizona man whose traffic stop made national headlines.
So you stopped me for my car air freshener? Yes, sir.
On his cell phone, Philip Colbert recorded how he was stopped by a deputy, ordered out of his car, and questioned repeatedly, all because of an air freshener. He believes it was profiling, and so do his attorneys.
Well, I mean, come on, bro. Listen. You guys know that I love all people. I don't care what color your skin is. If you get cheated by the cops, I feel like, we're brothers. We're blood brothers now because now we understand that these guys are pigs. So I remember this stop. Does anybody remember this stop? Put a 1 in the chat if you remember this stop. Just incessantly questions him if he has Mary Jane. Last time he smoked Mary Jane. I mean, you name it. You name it. They just keep on going. It never stops. So Basil's got it right. This is a Ren stop. They're stopping you just for a pretext. Like your windshield has you got a air freshener hanging from your rearview mirror. But he's suing, and his lawyers feel like he was racial. I mean, I don't know if he's suing or not, but I know he got charged. And so his lawyers say that he was racially profiled. And for my black brothers and sisters, you guys know that I am the biggest outspoken proponent and truth teller about Black history. Very few people will tell the Black history that I tell, because it's dangerous to say the things I say. You can get canceled. And so when the laws were created for Black people, now though, in 2024 and all the way through the 1980s till now, well, it more shifted in the last decade or two. But the point is they'll arrest anybody for anything at any time. Put one in the chat if you agree with me. It's not that I'm not saying that blacks are not targeted more than cops. We know from statistics that they are. And this black man saying he was racially profiled, what I'm saying is that the coppers would do this to anybody who had a air freshener hanging that they wanted to pull over. That's what I'm saying. The cop could have done it because he's black and doesn't like black people and is forced and is trained to go after black people. You're more likely to get a chemical in a black person's car. You're more likely to be able to catch them for underage smoking cigarettes. I'm just making things up here. I don't know what the statistics are, but in the cop statistics, they may say, oh, if I pull over blacks, I'm more likely to get this arrest from that, which would go back to my general philosophy that their job is to pull you over, arrest you, and impound your car. So, it's William, get the Fifth Amendment cop card. You get that bad chicken on deletelaws.com. That one's upside down. Get the Fifth Amendment cop card on deletelaws.com. Get the Fifth Amendment cop card on deletelaws.com. You got to have one of these in your wallet. You have to have one of these in your wallet. You have to. So anyway, I'm sorry I got off track there for just 1 second.
They tell ABC 15 investigator Dave Biscobing they are working to expose
God, don't you love Dave Biscobing? I mean, this guy's just the best.
more about what happened and the deputy involved.
Like I said, he stopped me. Let's see before.
It's mid-morning, September 19th, and Phil Colbert doesn't know why he's been stopped.
Morning, sir. How you doing, man?
You got your license, registration, insurance?
Yes, sir.
Okay, any weapons in the car?
Nope.
Oh, stop right there. You don't answer that question. You do not answer that question. You don't do that. Oh, Kevin, what's up, man? Everybody welcome Kevin to Team DLZ. Kevin, the truth's going to be told here, bro. I hope you're ready for it. When that cop says, do you have any weapons in the vehicle? You greet him, license, registration, proof of insurance. You heard him ask for it. You simply give him your license, registration, proof of insurance. It should be in your visor with your rubber band. And then when he says, you have any weapons in the car? You slide your trifle down from the rubber band. You say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. That jackboot thug pig may say something like, you have to tell me if you have a weapon in the car. And you just simply, softly, calmly repeat, I'm going to invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. If you ask me any questions without my lawyer present, that goes around your qualified immunity. And I can hold you personally liable for violating my civil rights. If you'd like to say those things, you can. You could say it as nice as you'd like, but he can't question you any further. Can't ask you another question. There's no more questioning. Everything everything I need to provide by law is in the slip below. And that's where you gave him your license, registration, and proof of insurance. Proof of insurance. That's how it works. That's how you do it. Just like that.
Can I get it from my glove box?
Yeah, please.
Can I ask you why you stopped me?
So you can't have anything hanging from your rearview mirror.
So you stopped me for my car air freshener?
Yes, sir.
Air freshener.
The little tree.
The little tree in my window. Yes, the air freshener.
Colbert says the La Paz County Sheriff deputy had been following his silver Chrysler for a while.
So I'm actually driving from work, and I'm actually going to see my dad in Parker. So I work in Havasu. I'm actually going to see my dad.
You know what? Yeah, I mean, he's tall and black. And just so you guys know, I've studied the death of so many tall black men. It's just so sad. It's just so sad. He is tall and black, so he fits the profile of the black men who I've researched that were murdered by cops. And so many of them are tall and black or tall, large and black. But the one common denominator in a lot of police killings is the guy's over 6 foot.
My dad in Parker, so I work in Havasu. I'm actually going to see my dad, and that's when it all happened.
How long was he following you for?
About 10 to 15 minutes.
And so you're...
Ooh. Listen. You don't allow a pig to follow you for 10 or 15 minutes without pulling over and asking him what his deal is. I mean, you don't allow that pig to harass you that way. Don't do it. Don't you do it.
Just waiting for him to pull you over.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
That's why you start the phone, because you know he's just waiting.
Yep.
Almost immediately, as Colbert reaches for his documents, the deputy starts questioning him about drugs.
Got my cards in there.
Okay, any marijuana in the car?
Nope.
You smoke marijuana?
No.
And he asks again and again and again.
Mr. Colbert, when's the last time you did smoke marijuana?
I never smoked. I
Never?
just said that.
Okay.
Unsatisfied, the deputy eventually tells him to step out.
Where's his camera? Why didn't he bring his camera with him?
What, you said there's no weapons in the car?
Nope.
Okay, do me a favor. Relax, man. You're still 10 and 2.
Just what I learned. growing up, so my mom.
Relax? He told him to relax?
Car? Nope.
Okay, do me a favor. Relax, man. You're still 10 and 2.
It's just what I learned growing up. So my mom and dad always taught me keep it hands 10 to 2, stay as calm as possible.
So if you don't mind, this is where I'm relaxed at.
Okay. Can I have you hop out? I just have a couple more questions for you, and I want to speak to you man to man, so that way you're not.
I want to speak to you man to man? What kind of shit is that, bro? You pulled me over like a beta male chump with a gun. You pulled me over using the color of law. You don't want to have to speak to me man to man. So that way you're not doing this and I'm leaned over. He's doing what? So that way you're not doing this and I'm leaned over. Oh, his hand's at 10 and 2? Who cares? Why can't his hands be at 10 and 2? Why can't you be leaned over? Him getting out of the car is much less safe for him.
Doing this and I'm leaned over.
Okay. Can I unfasten my seatbelt?
Yeah, dude.
When he stepped me out the car,
yeah, dude.
Then I was kind of weary about the situation where it was going.
Out of the car, the deputy starts to accuse Colbert of not being honest.
Like I said, you're showing me signs of deception, and I'd rather you just be upfront with me, man. If you got a joint, I don't smoke. Okay.
How many times do you think he asked you about the marijuana?
Over 10 times.
He's simply unwilling to believe him.
So there's no marijuana, anything like that in the car? I need to know about? No cocaine? No heroin?
No.
Okay. Did you have any objection to me searching your car, man?
Yes.
And why did Colbert object?
Because I'm like, maybe as soon as he checked the car, he's going to try to put something in there.
Oh, no. The general public's catching on. Put a 1 in the chat if you think a cop would plant a drug in your car. I want to see. Put a 2 in the chat if you think cops would not plant drugs in your car. I just want to see. Put it in the chat. Let me see. Put a 1 in the chat if you think cops would plant drugs in your car. Let me put a 1 in here for myself. There's a 1 from me. There's a 1 from me. I know because I film cops all the time. I follow cops all the time. Put a 2 in the chat if anybody thinks a cop would not plant a drug. Put a 2 in the chat if you think cops would never plant drugs or would not, or that most cops would not plant drugs. I'm just wondering, does anybody think that cops would not plant drugs?
Yeah, okay. Did you have any objection to me searching your car, man?
Yes.
And why did Colbert object?
Because I'm like, maybe as soon as he checked the car, he's going to try to put something in there.
Okay, so what can you do then? What you can do, if you think that cop is going to search your car, you can give consent. And then the moment that jackboot thug pig starts to search your car, you can revoke consent. It's in your trifold. It's on the second page. It's number 10, revoke consent. While filming, the cop's going to try to search your car and you initially give consent. You can revoke that consent moments later. However, you must be unequivocal and clearly state, I gave consent and now I revoke consent. Stop searching my car. If by law, if you give consent, you can revoke it. So it's the second page in your trifold. It's right after I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Right there. So you have your trifold set like this. There it is. There's the front. There's I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You pull your trifold down. All you do to get to that revoke consent is open up to page 1. Flip this thing back right here. It's trifold. Then turn it around. And there is I revoke consent. It's on your trifold. You guys have seen me do this live in person. I featured an auditor last week who did the exact same thing. You can give consent. You can revoke consent. What you don't want to get, though, is some dumb jackboot thug pig in Toluca who doesn't understand that you can revoke consent. How do you stop that from happening? Some jackboot thug pig, you put it on camera, you show the trifold, you show the copper, and you say, I revoke consent. He says, oh, you already gave us consent. You say, it's right here in black and white. Don't violate my Fourth Amendment right. I've invoked my Fourth Amendment right to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. Don't get a federal civil rights lawsuit. I gave consent. I revoke consent. You might want to call your supervisor, bro. I do sue. That's what I do. And you see how they treat me. They back down pretty quick, don't they? I have the literature on me. I wield my phone like a ninja. Sorry.
Maybe, he's going to try to say I failed.
You mind doing some field sobriety tests? Make sure you're okay to drive, man.
Are you serious, man? This is crazy.
Wow. No, the answer is no. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. And then you already told him. You already said it. It's on the trifold. You went down the list already. Don't ask me. I'll take no tests. It says right there, 6th one down. I will take no tests. You use this like a ninja. I mean, this is all I can do. I can't do anything else. Teach you, show you.
Oh, so the reason I want to put you through sobriety tests is your eyes kind of look a little bit glossy.
Really?
And some people just have that glossiness. Okay, that's why we do this.
That guy looks clean cut, clear as day. He looks like the most clean cut brother ever. I said brother because he's black. Get over it. He looks like the most clean cut brother I have seen. Does he not?
Tested.
What's your name, man?
Sorry, Emax.
Emax. Short.
I mean, let me go back. We're at 308 here. Come back to Emax. But take a look at this guy.
Because I'm like,
he looks so clean cut. He looks like he was an athlete in college. Like he doesn't drink, smoke, do drugs. This guy's a clean cut brother, straight up.
maybe as soon as he.
Look at that guy. Look at his face. Get out of here. What a load of poop.
That glossiness. Okay.
He looks sober, coherent. He looks put together. He had a good family. His dad put his time into this kid, raised him right, kept his hands at 10 and 2, asked if he could take his seatbelt off, asked to reach in his glove box. He has been trained properly by good parenting.
That's why we do these tests.
What's your name, man?
Sorry, Emax.
Emax, short for Eli Max, a deputy with 6 years experience, already with his third department.
And I have never heard of an officer pulling someone over for an air freshener.
Do you think this is profiling?
I think so. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
I'm so sorry. Don't gloss over this, okay? And I'm going to ask you a question right now. Get ready to answer the question.
Department.
And I have never heard of an officer pulling someone over for an air freshener.
Stop the cap. Stop it. Put a 1 in the chat if you've heard of cops pulling people over for their air freshener. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't have an air freshener around your rearview mirror because you know pigs will pull you over for it. Stop the cap. Come on. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat. You're lying, bro. You're a dumb lawyer or you're a lying lawyer or you're lying, bro. Don't say that you've never heard of cops pulling people over for having an air freshener hanging from their rearview mirror because you have. Put a 1 in the chat if you have been pulled over for having an air freshener hanging from your rearview mirror. Put a 1 in the chat if you've had a friend or family member pulled over for having an air freshener hanging from their rearview mirror. Put a 1 in the chat if you've experienced it or you know about it or you've heard of somebody who's been pulled over for an air freshener hanging from their rearview mirror. Don't bullshit me. Don't bullshit me. Everybody here has heard of it. And it has to stop. It has to come to a total end. They have banned it in California. You can't get pulled over in California anymore for having a rearview mirror. Let me pull that up for you. Oh, it's in Illinois. I'm so sorry. Illinois has done it. Illinois has made it now so that it's right here. I'm going to come right back to this one. Let's hear. Okay. Let's go to this video real quick. I'm going to show you that we're let me see the timestamp on this bad chicken. So we're at 3 minutes and 18 seconds on this one.
Well, we do have something new for you at noon in Illinois. It is illegal to drive with an obstructed view, but having something hanging from your rear view mirror counts as an obstruction. Lawmakers in Springfield, though, are trying to change that. A bill already passed out of the Senate yesterday that would not allow police to pull someone over just for hanging objects from your rear view mirror. And so it now heads to the governor's desk.
Finally. Like, are you freaking kidding me? And when was this video? It was 8 months ago. This video was 8 months ago.
ABC 15 invests.
Or Eli Max, a deputy with 6 years experience, already with his third department.
And I have never heard of an officer pulling someone over for an air freshener.
Do you think this is profiling?
I think so. I mean, it doesn't make any sense.
Civil rights attorney Benjamin Taylor is one of the lawyers representing Colbert. They're considering a lawsuit.
We're going to be looking at the officer's past to see whether or not he has a history of doing this.
Everybody do me a favor. Welcome Smoked Insane to Team DLZ. Everybody, welcome Smoked Insane. Thank you for joining. I appreciate you becoming a member, bro. We are a tight-knit group of people here. There's thousands of us, and we've been here for a while, baby.
Cell phone video does raise questions.
I ask everybody for every single time I stop. I do this on every traffic stop.
You take everybody out on every traffic
Yes, sir.
stop?
This is me doing my job. I ask this question on every single traffic stop I do, and I'm not trying to treat you any differently than anybody else I've ever come across.
So what do
you believe that? I mean, do you believe that? I mean, let me just ask you the question. I want you guys to answer this. Thank you, M1. He said, "You are more of a hero than all the servants combined." Thank you. I appreciate it. Derek, appreciate it. We never stop. But I want to ask you a question, and this comes to the point of, was it racially profiling or not? Here's what the cop says, and I want you to answer whether or not you believe this is true. Just so you know, I do believe the cop. I do believe the cop. I think that what the cop says right here, he's not lying about. He's telling the truth. Listen to what he says.
I ask everybody for every single time I stop. I do this on every traffic stop.
You take everybody out on every traffic
Yes, sir.
stop?
This is me doing my job. I ask this question on every single traffic stop I do, and I'm not trying to treat you any differently than anybody else I've ever come across.
So what do you want to see happen?
So I believe the cop. I believe that the cop, that's what he does in every single traffic stop that he does. He's fishing for a way to try to arrest you, impound your car, kidnap you, take you to the dungeon, and steal your money. That's what he's trying to do. And he's trying to do it on every single stop. So me personally, I believe him. Now, if he can get a black guy, woo, bonus points. Maybe he gets a different coin. You know, they give each other coins for the bullshit they pull. He gets a black guy. He gets enough blacks. He gets a different kind of coin. You only get half credit for the whites. Okay? So you get a black, though, you get a better coin. Anybody know what I'm talking about, the coins? Put a 1 in the chat if you know what I'm talking about with the coins.
I basically just want the next guy to not have to deal with this.
Bro, no.
Stop I do, and I'm not trying to treat you any differently than anybody else I've ever come across.
I believe that. I believe that he's just trying to arrest every person. And I believe he may target black guys, though. That could be true.
What do you want to see happen?
So I basically just want the next guy to not have to deal with this.
But that's not true. They're hiding on the side of the road to get the next guy right now. That same pig, Eli.
When I posted it, I explained to everybody this is not a vendetta. I don't have all this hate in me.
Man. Let's not call it hate. Put a 1 in the chat if you have rightfully indignance in you. If you are rightfully indignant. Let's not call it hatred, okay? Let's say that we are rightfully indignant. Put a 1 in the chat if you are rightfully indignant that you have been mowed over by the system. You've been cheated by these jackboot thug pigs. You've been taken down to the dungeon. You've been turned to turn around, squat, and cough as someone looks up your backside because all of us are packing drugs up our butt to go into jail when we were pulled over for registration, right? Put a 1 in the chat if you are rightfully indignant. It's not you. You said it wrong, brother. He said that I don't have all this hate.
So I basically just want the next guy to not have to deal with this. When I posted it, I explained to everybody this is not a vendetta.
This is not a vendetta. A vendetta is you filming yourself to keep yourself alive. You're posting the video to show what a tyrannical jackboot thug pig system we've created? Why would anybody think it's a vendetta for you to film that pig acting like a pig on the taxpayer's dime?
I don't have all this hate in me.
All this hate in me? You didn't post it. I don't post videos because I have all this hate in me. I post videos and I do what I do to change this system. It has nothing to do with hate. I tell people all the time, I wish I didn't have a Fifth Amendment cop card that I sell to people. Wish I didn't have it. But it is badass. It's made out of like a hotel key, like a Visa card. It's not hate, bruh. It's transparency. You showed what happened to you. What's wrong with that? I don't understand what's wrong with that. You don't have to make excuses or justify yourself. There's no need for justification at all.
Mad because, this is something that's a reoccurring issue. So I'm still standing here.
During the stop, Colbert says after 10 minutes of questioning, the deputy made him wait another 10 to 15 minutes while he checked his information.
Now he's doing whatever in his backseat.
I would love to see his video in entirety from stop to finish with no cuts.
Nothing. In the end, the deputy finally...
There's the jackboot thug pig right there.
Or he's doing whatever in his back seat.
Finding nothing. In the end, the deputy finally sends him off with nothing but a warning and this final thought.
I am going to give you a warning today, okay? But maybe in the future, just like I said, man, if you got to join, we're not looking for it.
What? This cop is such a filthy pig.
Okay. Thanks. Drive safe, all right? Yeah.
I'm investigator Dave Biskobing, ABC 15, Arizona.
And just tonight, the La Paz County Sheriff's Office sent us a statement saying they are taking this matter seriously. Deputy Max is now on administrative leave and Detective...
Paid administrative leave. He's on paid administrative leave. There's no punishment if you're getting paid just not to come to work until the public calms down about the bullshit you pulled. He's on paid administrative leave. He's not just on leave. He's getting paid. That's what's happening. I don't understand why in the world. I mean, we've just created this system that if you work for the government or you're a government actor, that you can do whatever you want to others and you'll get paid to take a vacation. That's just, it's so astounding to me. It's so unbelievable to me. I mean, it's just,
All right, guys, one last look before the tent goes on. So
I got all my windows tinted and pulled over immediately. You're not allowed to have tinted windows in America. The cops can have tinted windows, but you can't because the plain view doctrine. They need to make sure they can see in your car and be able to charge you with a crime.
give you a little before and after, obviously, but we'll do a little before because I like seeing it. Changes the whole demeanor of the truck when you throw some tint on there.
You mean so you can't enjoy the way you build a little Tonka toy truck? You can't build your own truck so it looks cool because it's illegal? For why? So the cops can look in your windows and be able to arrest you for something. That's the reason why we have tint laws. And this guy's such a car enthusiast.
Not gonna be fishbowl anymore, thank goodness.
He feels like a fishbowl in his car. People are looking at him like he's the goldfish in a fishbowl. Because his truck is badass. See that paint? That paint is badass.
You can go ahead and leave your comments down below what you think I'm getting. But I'm out of here. I'm headed to the shop.
Is there like a purple kind of haze on that paint job?
Getting rained on. Let's go paint these windows. All right, guys. Well, my GoPro's dead, so that's just great. Even though I charged it all day yesterday, I guess I left it on filming a video yesterday. Not sure, but it's dead. So, anyways, I just wanted to get a little one last look of the truck with no window tint on it. So we've been fishbowling long enough. It's time. So I don't know what it is about tint, but it kind of gives you a more powerful feeling when driving your truck around. I don't know, maybe that's just me, but there's the knowing like people can't see you in there and stuff like that. Feels pretty good.
The government wants to be able to see you at all times. Track your phone, track your devices, track your car, be able to turn your car off if they want to.
You can leave your comments what you think we're going to be getting on the truck. As you can see, crystal clear. We're definitely going to have some pretty dark windows. So I'm headed to the tent shop. Gear is also getting his Corvette tinted today. So he's had it for like 2 years. Finally talked him into it. We're both getting our vehicles tinted today. We'll see how dark he goes. He's kind of debating on going with the 5%, but he hasn't had tint on there ever. So we'll see. But I'm headed to meet him there, and should be a good time. Not gonna film any of the process or stuff because we're actually not gonna be there. We're dropping them off and then we'll come pick them up. But so I guess I'll meet up with y'all sometime.
Literally 3 minutes after picking up the truck from the tent shop.
Just got my windows tinted and I'm getting pulled over. I kid you not. I'm getting pulled over. I literally knew this was going to happen.
Why is that? Why can't you have your windows tinted? It has to stop. It has to change.
Kid you not, I'm getting pulled over. This is insane. I just got my windows tinted.
Roll this window down. You not roll the windows down?
I just got my window tinted.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Do you have your license and insurance?
Yes, sir. I'll have to pull my insurance up on my phone.
Oh my God. He's got to pull his insurance up on his phone. You have to have your insurance card ready to go. You can't not have proof of valid insurance right then and there, or you give that jackboot thug pig dominion over you. Remember, 2001 case Atwater versus City of Lago Vista, absolutely everything is arrestable. Any infraction of the law in front of a peace officer is arrestable. 2001 Atwater versus City of Lago Vista. He could arrest you for not having your insurance on you. You have to have it in your visor with your trifold.
Okay, that's fine.
Can I turn this off?
Yeah.
You asked him to turn your truck off? Dude. Wow. We're not the same.
I'm stopping you. You got 10 on the windshield. This tent's going to be way too dark to start with. But I got a tent meter that'll be able to read all that.
Okay.
Okay. You can go ahead and pull up your...
He just paid to have it done. He dropped off the tinting and paid to have it done.
32.
So pathetic. Was that siren for him? Because that siren came raging in and then it stopped. I wonder if they pulled up to his stop.
Here you go, sir.
All right, man. Sit top on me. I'll be right back.
All right. 3 police officers behind me.
So it was for him. He came raging in because his windows are tinted black and he's got a big truck. Remember, they want to put kill switches in our car by the year 2026. Remember that. It's 2024. We have to change this. Can't allow the government to have a kill switch in your car.
All right, man. Here's your license back.
Right.
Okay, I'm not going to get the 10 meter out on these, okay? I'll go ahead and give you a verbal on these because I can go ahead and tell you. I know you just got them done, so I'm not going to have them messing them up. But you can't get a ticket for that. As far as the windshield, it being completely darked out like that, I did write you a citation for that, okay? You can't have that full windshield covered, okay? Anywhere you go, you're going to get stopped for that, and that's one of the
Why? Cops can do it. Why can't we do it? It's ridiculous.
main things, okay? But like I said, I'm giving you a verbal on that. Make sure you do what you need to do to get it fixed and your windshield to get it fixed, okay? This is a citation for that. This right here is information sheet on how to take care of everything. If you have any questions, I'll call this number right there, okay?
All right. What is involved with it? Can you give me a rundown on? Is there a fine or is there a...
Well, you'll have a court date. Your court date's on that citation, or you can pay that ticket beforehand. I don't know the prices or anything like that. But you can call that bottom number, that 620-6407 number, and if you have any more questions about the court process or that, they can answer that.
Alrighty. That really sucks.
All right, man.
All right.
At least he didn't say thank you.
Absolutely lovely. I swear I called this yesterday. We'll talk to gear. I called this. Literally called this.
And look at the waste of resources. They have 3 cop cars there. Cops are supposed to be upholding our rights. They send 3 cop cars there for a guy with tinted windows.
Said that was going to happen. 100%. And unfortunately, I was correct.
What a waste of resources. All those guys were being paid. And for what? And one came in with his sirens on, raging. Like, it's just having these patrol guys drive around is just such a waste of time, such a waste of money, resources. It's just stupid. It's not making society any better.
Well, I'm not going to lie. That sucks. So I got a citation for the windshield. I literally have it's been like 2 minutes. 2 minutes after leaving the... It's been like a citation for the windshield. I literally have the...
Oh, they put a tape there that says do not... But I don't really look. I just reach down and push a button.
It's been like 2 minutes. 2 minutes after leaving the tent shop. It's just funny how many horrible drivers...
Look, and then look at the windshield in the car next to him that has a tinted windshield. Over his shoulder, he's complaining about getting a tinted windshield ticket. The Toyota next to him, the white one, look at it.
Drivers are out here.
That's tinted big time.
Here and then I'm just driving normal, pulled over. This sucks. I don't know how much the citation is.
Let's take a look at the truck with the tinted windshield. Man, it looks pretty good with the tinted windows, doesn't it? Looks badass. Oh yeah, man, that tinted window really sets the truck off. No longer in a fishbowl. That is such a better, that's a better way right there. That is such a better way. Look at that. Looks dope, doesn't it? This one, can you please watch my first ever jackboot thug pig encounter and sending him back to my car angry? I'd love your feedback. I've never seen your channel, Smoked Insane. Smoked.insane. I don't know if you're going to pull up on the... That was it on this one, by the way, just so you guys know. Smoked Insane. No, I don't think you're going to pull up, bro. You're going to have to send me a link. You have to send me a link. Let me see what yours looks like here. I might be able to get you from YouTube if I go to the channel. If I go view my channel and then I click on the... There you go. Now if I go over here and I go to the side, give me 1 second, y'all. Give me 1 second if y'all would, please. I'm just going to see if I can find Smoked Insane. Smoked Insane. Let's see what Smoked Insane looks like over here. I was looking... Sorry. Oh, man, there's one more video I got to show you. So, gosh dang it. Smoked Insane. Okay, there it is. Sorry about that. I got a little lost there for 1 second. Let me find where that super chat was, and then I'll be able to. Okay, go to channel. All right. I don't see anything here. Oh, this was it right here. Okay, I found it, y'all. Let me put this in the queue. It's only a short. So yes. It's only 1 minute. So let me share this with you guys. This is from Smoked Insane. Smoked Insane. Good to see you, brother. Let's see what you got. Okay, let's give him a like button. We'll give him a comment in a minute. Thug JBTP IMPD Jackboot Thug Pig.
Freedom of speech. Is there a power flipping you off?
Huh?
That's freedom of speech, brother. Is your camera recording? What's
Yeah,
your name and badge
yeah,
number?
Yeah, it's recording.
What's your name and badge
So
number?
you know why I'm out there?
What's your name and badge number?
You know
bro?
why I'm out
It
there?
don't matter. You don't have a right to stop me. I ain't break no laws. What law have I broken?
Oh,
What law did I break?
Oh, you didn't break no law?
Freedom of speech.
You didn't
That is
break no
freedom
law?
of speech.
Oh, gave him a double bird. Oh, gave him a double bird right in his freaking mug. Insane Smoked has jumped the rankings in the room, everybody. Double bird to the pig's face. Smoked Insane can stay.
That is freedom
you
of
didn't
speech.
break no law?
Freedom of
You
speech.
jumped the car, you didn't put your shit on,
Freedom.
okay?
Okay. Did you pull me over in the minute, or did you wait? You only
I pulled you over,
No,
lights
you
on, okay?
retaliated. You retaliated because we flipped you off.
Put a one in the chat if he looks like a butthurt pig. Look at him. He looks like his feelings are hurt. He looks like getting double birds in the face by Smoked Insane. His feelings are all jacked up.
Okay.
What's your name and badge number again?
So-
name and
so
badge
next
number,
time-
bro.
so
You're
next time you
required
wanna-
by your policy
Four-
to identify
4 3
yourself.
2 5 9.
You're not acting very professional. I pay your
43259,
bills, bro. I'm a
okay?
taxpayer.
All right.
Respect
so next time,
me.
so
I'm
next
a
time
free
you want to know what's
citizen.
going on, it's a stolen car. Okay?
It don't matter if it's
Thanks.
fucking stolen. Eat a dick. Fuck you, pig. Take your ass back and do your job. Go do your job, pig. Yes, freedom of speech. Is there a power flipping you off?
Huh?
That's freedom of speech, brother. Is your camera recording? What's
Yeah,
your name and
yeah,
badge number?
Yeah, it's recording.
What's your name and badge
So
number?
you know why I'm out there?
What's your name and badge number?
You know
bro?
why I'm out
It
there?
don't matter. You don't have a right to stop me. I ain't break no laws. What law have I broken?
Oh,
What
you-
law did I break?
Oh, you didn't break no law?
Freedom of speech.
You didn't
That
break
is
no
freedom
law?
of speech.
You
That is
didn't-
freedom
you
of
didn't
speech.
break no law?
Freedom of
You
speech.
jumped the car, you didn't put your shit on,
Freedom.
okay?
Okay. Did you pull me over in the minute, or did you wait? You only
I pulled you over,
No,
lights
you
on, okay?
retaliated. You retaliated
retaliated?
because we
Okay.
flipped you off.
Okay.
What's your
that's
name and
fine.
badge number again?
So-
Name and
so
badge
next
number,
time-
bro.
so
You're
next time you
required
wanna-
by your policy
Four-
to identify
4 3
yourself.
2 5 9.
You're not acting very
4
professional.
3
I
2
pay your
5
bills,
9,
bro. I'm a
okay?
taxpayer.
All right. So
Respect
next time,
me.
so
I'm
next
a
time
free
you want to know what's
citizen.
going on, it's a stolen car. Okay?
It don't matter if it's
Thanks.
fucking stolen. Eat a dick. Fuck you, pig. Take your ass back and do your job. Go do your job, pig. Yes, freedom of speech. Is there a power
Okay,
flipping
let me
you off?
pause it. All righty. I'm going to give you a full credit on that one. Full credit. I specifically loved the let me make it so you can see us both. I specifically loved the double bird.
That's freedom of speech, brother. Is your camera recording?
Let me get to the
Yeah,
double
name
bird
and
and I'll
badge
give it a
number.
Yeah,
pause.
it's recording.
What's your name and badge
So you know
number?
why I'm out there?
What's your name and badge number?
You know
bro?
why I'm out
It
there?
don't matter. You don't have a right to stop me. I ain't break no laws. What law have I broken?
Oh,
What law did I break?
Oh, you didn't break no law?
Freedom of speech.
You didn't
That is
break no
freedom
law?
of speech.
That is so perfect. Insane Smoke sent the video link. Went to his channel and I found the video link. This is his first encounter with the jackboot thug pig. You remind me of my buddy Alan Hubbs. He has the same feelings that you do. Put a 1 in the chat if you feel exactly like Smoked Insane. Is that how you feel? I mean, that's how I feel most of the time with these jackboot thug pigs. I feel like these jackboot thug pigs are the enemy, and that I'll always have to watch my back when there's jackboot thug pigs in America. You always have to be careful. Full credit, brother. If you have the full video, send me the full video. Use WeTransfer and send me the full video, or because this is the whole thing vertical, but WeTransfer me that whole video and I'll cut it up and I'll promote it and I'll tag your channel. I'll send it to my editor and he will cut that bad chicken up, and then I'll add some comment. Let me add some commentary to it real quick. So this is at 1 hour and 55 minutes. Let me just give this to my editor right here. You can flip off a jackboot thug pig. You can flip off a jackboot thug pig anytime you want. Check out this new auditor. He's going to flip this cop off. He's going to get pulled over for flipping the cop off. Then he's going to give him double birds right in his mug during the pullover. Put a 1 in the chat if you think free speech should be protected. Jackboot thug pig. He's a jackboot thug pig. Oh shoot! You know what? I gotta subscribe. I'm so sorry. I forgot to subscribe. I never know what I'm gonna get.
Yes, freedom of speech.
I never know what I'm gonna get. So let me go.
Yes, freedom of
Let me
speech.
go back to Smoked Insane. Let me drop the link. He's only got 50 subs. Let's double him up. Let's double up Smoked Insane. Let's double, triple, quadruple up his channel. Here's the link to his channel right there. Get over there and subscribe to Smoke Insane. He gave the double birds right to the cop in his face. I just put the link in the chat. He's only got 50 subs. Let's give him 100 more just real quick. I dropped the link in the chat. Let's give Smoked Insane 100 more subs. I need 100 people to get over there and subscribe to Smoke Insane. The double birds, bro. The double birds. I mean, I'm trying to read between the lines here. YouTube has me so... The editors finally have it where we're censoring. I mean, we are censoring everything now. You guys want to see a funny chat? So I sent over, YouTube keeps, dropping the finances from the channel. It's just pretty regular. They're just hammering this channel anytime they can. And so, I sent so views are up, subscribers are up, and revenue is down on YouTube. And so I sent a link and I said, make it make sense. And I sent him the statistics. And then he said, it's because everything is demonetized. I think it's because everything's demonetized. So I said, I don't know why the finances are going down if we should make more money from YouTube if we're getting more views and more subscribers. And the editor replied back to me. He said, I think it's because all the videos are demonetized. And when he said it, it was just so blatantly obvious and so truthful that I just started laughing. I'll send this over to my buddy Brian from Here's the Deal, and I'll see if he'll promote Smoked Insane. We almost doubled him up. He's at 93 subscribers. Let's get him at least doubled up. So I need another 7 people to get over there and subscribe to Insane Smoke over here. Insane Smoke over there. If you would, pretty please, with sugar and cherries on top. That would be absolutely amazing. Oh, I saw that one. Oh man, I'll tell you, we're living in a, oh gosh. Some things, still blinding drivers. Oh, the high beams are on. I see what's going on here. Anyway, let's see where he is. I was just kind of let's see where he is. Is he over 100 subs yet? 102, brother. Smoked insane. We have doubled you up, bro. And let me. Oh,
Yes, freedom of speech. Is there
10,000 views. Let me drop it.
That's freedom of speech.
Let me make sure that when you go to someone's page, CC gifted 5 memberships. Thank you, CC. I appreciate it. Pick out 5 people that are here, and I'm going to drop a comment over here. Yo, good work. I always drop a comment. What? Look at this right here. What the F, bro? We're all humans. You need to treat them like this? I understand your moral argument, but at the end of the day, I can treat anyone however I want because God gave me my right to do so. Bootlicker alert. Yeah, that's going on all over my Instagram right now. I'm having to fight people all over my Instagram. You know what? Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should, because Instagram, thanks CC. CC gift out 5 memberships, so give those out to 5 people. Instagram has me so shadow banned now. They just turned off the spigot. They just turned off the spout for viewers. So if I can get him 100 subscribers in just 5 minutes, can I get 100 subscribers on my Instagram account? Do you see that right there? You guys, can you guys subscribe to my Instagram account? I've been at 13.9 now for 40 hours or something like that. You remember yesterday I told you Instagram was growing like 1,000 subscribers a day? It just turned off yesterday. I didn't gain 100 subscribers all day on Saturday and all day today on Sunday. That's not possible. You don't go from gaining 1,000 subscribers a day for 4 or 5 days in a row to then not gaining 10 or 20. So go to my Instagram account. Make sure you subscribe to my Instagram account. And then if you really want to fight, go in the comment section. There's so many cops in the comment section of deletelaws.ig. I should be able to get 100 subscribers. We got him 100 subscribers in 2 minutes. Should be able to get 100 subscribers. Because, I mean, come on, get the flaw. I've been at 13.9 for over 40 hours or whatever. And it's not like I was, I don't give a shit about, I give a shit about actually getting to the place of change. However, this is the way to do it. And if the social media companies are shutting down your voice by government actors working within the social media company, then that's not freedom. And that's my beef with it. Because that right there should not be stuck at 13.9. It should not be stuck there. They're cheating it. They're not putting any of the videos in circulation, or people react to my videos. When you see my videos, love me or hate me, you react. That's just a plain, simple fact. That's just a plain, simple fact. I called out some cop sucker and now he won't talk to me. You want to hear a story? Do you want to hear a story? So I'll tell you this story. And, all right, I'll tell you. How do I protect the innocent, though? I'm just trying a way to tell the story without hurting anybody in my family. So let me say this. There's almost no way I can tell the story without creating so many little fabrications within it so that I don't hurt any of my friends or family. I'll just, you know what? Okay. I'll just tell the story exactly as it is. Truthful happens. Okay. So here's the truth. I'm Colombian. I'm half Colombian and half Irish German. And my Colombian family, every single year, my Colombian uncle and I, he flies in from Colombia and we watch the Super Bowl together. And we've watched the Super Bowl together for the last 20 years, except for last year. In the year 2022, I was touring the country, going from small town to big city and showing that the cops were corrupt no matter which city I went to. my uncle called me from Palm Springs, California, and said, I'm going to be in Palm Springs. I know you're east of here, 2 states. Are you going to make it for the Super Bowl? I said, I'm in Texas, but I'm going to make it back for the Super Bowl because we've watched the Super Bowl together every year for 19 years in a row. So I said, yes, I'm in Amarillo now, and I'm driving back to California now. I will meet you in Palm Springs at your friend's house for the Super Bowl. And he says, yes, these are lifetime friends of mine. I've known these people my entire life since prep school, and he's now my uncle. So he's older. And he said, and my friend loves you, so he can't wait for you to get here. And his wife is here, and she's prepping for the Super Bowl party. And these are rich people in Palm Springs. This is going to be a very nice Super Bowl party. Now, I book ass to get there. So that means when I pull into Palm Springs at about 10 or 11 p.m. at night, the night before, 2 days before the Super Bowl on Friday or on Friday night, when I get there Friday night at 10 or 11 p.m., I've been driving for 15 hours, but I wanted to make it in time, have a day to relax, spend with my uncle, and then the next day we watch the Super Bowl together. And so when I got there, I had kind of become this TikTok sensation where my videos were being viewed millions and millions of times. It was insane. And so and YouTube as well. So when I got there, my uncle greeted me with his buddy and his wife, and we went and sat down in their beautiful garden or on their estate, whatever. We're sitting on a bench. It's a beautiful estate in Palm Springs that my uncle is at. And she comes out and she gives me a glass of lemonade or tea or whatever it is and sits down, and I have a drink. And, these people have been sitting around talking about me for the last couple hours as I'm coming into town, and they've had a few drinks. And so the woman begins to say to me, Chille, you don't really hate cops, do you? These guys are the best. They do everything. We ask them to do so much, and they toe the line for so many things. Just the other day, I had a couple guys over here who were cops, and they came over and they were trying to deal with something. And I tell you, I had a coffee with them and we talked, and these were the best guys ever. My uncle said, he's been driving for a long time. Give him a minute. And I said, you know what? I said, let me be honest with you. This is probably a conversation you don't want to have with me. You know what I mean? It's good to see you. I haven't seen you in a really long time. Let's just not talk about what I do for a living. Let's just enjoy these moments we have together. And she says, no, really though, you couldn't really just hate these cops, could you? You don't really just hate them, do you? You don't really think that cops are bad and they plant drugs and they're terrible and they beat and they rape and they smack their children and beat their wife. You don't really think those things, do you, Chille? I said, again, listen to me. You don't want to have this conversation with me. You like cops? I do. You respect cops? Yeah, I think cops are great. They're some of the greatest people in our country, and they do everything here, and we expect them to do everything. And I just fully support them. And I want to show my support. I'm a contributor to the Fraternal Order of Police. And, I just don't understand why you have all this, like hatred inside of you for them. I look at my uncle and I say, do you want me to have this conversation with her? Like, do you want this to happen? He says, no. He says, listen, you let this go. You don't have to talk about this anymore. Let it go. We're having a nice dinner. We're going to talk. He's hungry. Let's get some sleep. And she says, no, I want to have this talk. I want to have this talk. I really want to have this talk. I want to have this talk with Chille because I don't want your heart to be full of hate. I don't want you to hate other people. I want you to respect and love cops, I said to her, okay. I said, listen to me. You are one of the biggest cop suckers I've ever sat down next to in my entire life. I said, you got to stop. To me, cops are scum. horrible, horrible scum. They are the enemy of liberty. They're the enemy of freedom. They're the enemy of we, the people of these United States. If you got some cops to help you out, you are a rich white lady. I'm on your estate in Palm Springs. You have another place in Europe, and you have another house in Northern California. The cops are your friends because you pay their salary. When they come onto your property, you don't get the same treatment that I get. You're a cop sucker. We're never going to see eye to eye on this. You should let this go. So, this is Friday night. I go to bed that night, 10, 11 o'clock. I had driven 15 hours. I was exhausted. I'm staying in this lady's home with my uncle's, one of his best friends and one of his colleagues in what he does for a living. And he's an international businessman, so he has businesses all over in different countries. And so the next morning I wake up and my uncle comes into my room. I'm just waking up. He says, listen, Chilito, he says, we're going to leave here and we're going to go somewhere else. We're not going to go watch the Super Bowl with these people tomorrow at their home in Los Angeles. They had another house in LA. I said, he says, you called the woman a cop sucker. She's deeply offended. She doesn't want you to come to her home in Los Angeles. She doesn't want you to be here now. I'm sorry, Uncle. It doesn't matter. We're going to go watch the Super Bowl. Me and you will go to your friend's house. We'll watch the Super Bowl with him. You said you had another plan you could do if we couldn't make it. So let's go do that plan. I said, okay. So I go to leave. I get all my stuff together. Right. And I had been visiting with my uncle's best friend. I walk up to her and I walk up to her and I say, hey, listen, I wanted to say I'm really sorry if I offended you. And when she turns to look at me, she's in this like deeply, deeply emotional place. I look at her and I say, hey, she says, no. She says, it's okay. You are full of hatred and that's how you are. And I can't be around that. I can't deal with that hatred. And so, I said, well, listen, good luck. If I don't see you again, it was, nice to, blah, 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 blah. I get in the car. I get my bag. I get in the car. And my uncle gets in and we get in and we drive down the road for a minute or two. Pretty quiet. I've obviously caused a rift between, I've known this guy for 20 years, the guy who my uncle's buddies with, his colleague. I've known her, the new wife, for the last 9 years. So she's the younger, good looking upgrade. Right, for rich dudes. The truth just spills out of my mouth. Or wait, maybe retract that. Maybe they were married for 20 years. I can't remember. Anyway, but she's a white, middle-aged Karen woman who's attractive, a little younger than middle-aged, Anyway, point is, we're driving down the road in my van. My uncle's sitting next to me and we're real quiet. And I'm kind of thinking, have I really offended? Have I caused a rift between my uncle and I in our relationship? And he goes, can you imagine the night that my buddy had last night? And I just start laughing out loud. I said, I could imagine how the night that Billy had last night, laying in bed with that woman who was still emotional this morning. He did not sleep a wink last night. He did not sleep at all. She sat, I guarantee, she sat by the bed and said, why does Chille feel like this? And why does Chille feel like that? Could you imagine? We'd call him Billy. Could you imagine? Put a 1 in the chat if you think Billy got 0 sleep that night. She sat by the side of the bed and sat and pestered the shit out of him. When I saw him, he was out in the front yard of his estate and he was smoking. And I went over and I said, hey man, it was really nice to know you. You know, I just told, if I never see you again, dude, I really had he said, I really like you, Chille. I said, I like you too, man. I'm sorry this happened. And we shook hands and then I left. But it was like, could you even imagine the night he had? If that Karen felt that way that strongly that morning, where she was that scared of me. She was literally that scared of me. She was absolutely terrified of me. Just absolutely terrified of me. So this copper drives by this guy right here. This is pretty normal stuff. If you watch closely though, see he's driving right there. Now watch, another car's coming. So what does the cop do? What the flock? Why is the cop flashing the light in my eyes? What the hell? This is how the cops roll. This is how they roll around here. This is how the cops roll. You can always go a little Reddit. I guess I'd be pretty upset if that's how it happened. On my Reddit, typically, on my Reddit stream, it's cops doing stuff.
Not home. Nobody's here.
You willing to tell me your name?
No.
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 Really?
Yes.
Can you show me?
It's all on the video. I don't have to show you. She's not home. Nobody's here.
You willing to tell me your name?
No.
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 You have to say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. You have to say those exact words. So please make sure you do.
I haven't committed a crime, so I shouldn't have to give you any information.
Just being a good citizen. That's
Yeah, I'm a law-abiding citizen at that. I am a good citizen, and I'm telling you that a good citizen
Oh, he's saying he's not a good citizen?
is a person that abides by the law, and the law is I haven't committed a crime, so I'm not providing you any information. I don't have to provide you any information by law. So if you want to call me a good citizen, allow me to practice law by not giving you information because I have not committed a crime.
Is this your trailer, sir?
I'm not answering any questions.
Well, this is not, if you don't tell us this is your trailer or not, then
Okay, so right there. Now, he didn't say the magic words, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. You have to say those words, I'm not answering any questions, because now the rest of them are still peppering him with questions. When if he said, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent, they couldn't ask him another question without violating their oath to the Constitution, which would mean that goes around their qualified immunity. And you could sue those jackboot thug pigs. That's what matters most here. That's why I'm watching the video with you. He said, you have to say, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I'm telling you that a good citizen is a person that abides by the law. And the law is, I haven't committed a crime. So I'm not.
Now, right here, it's coming up where his response should immediately be a snap of, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent.
I'm not providing you any information. I don't have to provide you any information by law. So if you want to call me a good citizen, allow me.
Look at the cop with his fingers shaking around, just figuring out why he can't get him.
To practice law by not giving you information because I have not committed a crime.
Now, right there.
Is this your trailer?
Right there. Is this your trailer, sir? I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's number 4 on your non-driver cop card. You cannot mess this up. When you went through steps 1, 2, 3 because the cops were cited. Now number 4, cop cited was number 1. Now number 4, cop demands ID. While filming, you say, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No ID is required. The law is in the navy blue. Hibble versus Nevada with Raz. Citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you further. It says it right down there on number 5. If he tries to charge you for using free speech, cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. You can see it right there. Cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. Take that exact same line and put it on number 4. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you further. That's how you do it. Don't get caught back and forth in this nonsense of, is this your trailer, sir? You invoke your Fifth Amendment right now.
I'm not answering any questions.
well, this is not, if you don't tell us this is your trailer or not, then we don't know that it's yours, so you don't have any authority.
I do have authority.
So this is your trailer?
I'm not answering any questions.
I plead the Fifth Amendment is what you have to say, and then the questions have to stop, but I guarantee he's going to ask another question now.
And that means
Sir, we're not going to do
So
this.
he's asking another question because you didn't invoke your Fifth Amendment right. Because then you could inform him on camera. You could pull out your card and say right here, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's right there on your Fifth Amendment cop card. And then if he continues to question you, you could say cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you further. What are you doing? I just said I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. Cop loses qualified immunity for questioning you further. You can't ask me the same question over and over and over. It's on camera. You jackboot thug pig loser. It's on camera. It's on camera. I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. He said, I don't answer questions. I'm not going to answer. Then he interrupted the cop and said, we're not going to do this.
I'm not answering any questions.
Nope. That's your opportunity to say, I plead the Fifth Amendment, Jack.
If you don't tell us this is your trailer or
No, you interrupt him. What's your name and badge number? Identify yourself now as you put your camera in his face.
we don't know that it's yours, so you don't have any authority.
I do have.
You don't have any authority.
Authority.
So this is your trailer?
I'm not answering.
See, if he had invoked his Fifth Amendment right 15 seconds ago, he couldn't have got another question.
Answering any questions. Sir, we're not going to do this.
And he's asking another question.
You have no search warrant, and I'm telling you, you have no permission to go in. Okay, so obviously that means that answers your question right there. If you don't listen, you're not. We're not going to do this. You have no search warrant. You have no search warrant. You have no search warrant. I told you that's all on camera, that nobody's in the home. So if you don't want to take that, I'm sorry. Have a good day. But we're not gonna go about. I'm not gonna answer any.
He asked him again. He didn't invoke his Fifth Amendment right. Why do all of my products, how come everything I sell products to people to help them deal with pigs? How come it always says I invoke my Fifth Amendment right there? See the Fifth Amendment? How come on the back of my trifold it says Fifth Amendment on the top in yellow? Why does everything say Fifth Amendment? How come it says that? It all says Fifth Amendment, so you invoke your Fifth Amendment. You have this in your visor in your car. You have this in your passenger visor in your car. This is what you do. This is how you do it. And you invoke your Fifth Amendment right, but you have to say it so the questioning, if he continues to question you, you can get his pathetic ass. That's what I'm talking about. Get him and destroy him.
Any more questions? I'm not going to add any more questions, okay? I'm not going to answer any more questions. We'll go investigate.
That's what I'm doing right now. So we're going to
do that. But you're not going to step inside without a warrant.
Is this your trailer?
Go investigate.
You have to invoke your Fifth.
Is this your trailer? Okay, well, we need to identify him, so let's go and get him identified.
No, you're not.
Okay, let's get him.
You're not going to identify me.
We're going to detain you right now, sir.
I'm being detained for nothing.
Okay, that's perfectly fine. You can detain me if you want. You can put me in the torture cuffs. You don't get to take my identification because right here on the card, it says, number 4, cop demands ID, says he has reasonable articulable suspicion. While filming, I plead the Fifth Amendment. I identify as good citizen. No ID is required. Hibble versus Nevada with Raz, citizen must state how they ID. Do not give ID without probable cause. You give him the card, you show him the card, you state what's on the card, you film him, and then if he's going to put you in torture cuffs, you just let him, and you just shut up. You don't say anything else. He can't go into anybody's domicile without a warrant. You just have to sit there and be tortured for a little while until we get rid of Terry versus Ohio, because you couldn't be detained without Terry versus Ohio. I made it in a credit card. It's like a credit card, like your hotel key. That way, the yellow and black card doesn't come out of your wallet unless there's pigs in front of you. But now it's not going to melt when you go to the dance. It's not going to melt when you go to the club. It's not going to melt when you're at Lake Havasu. It'll go in your wallet. It's not going to melt. It won't break down. You have it on you at all times. Yellow and black card only comes out of my phone. Oh, my other phone is... I got it in my other phone. My yellow and black card only comes out of the back of my phone if there's a pig in front of me. That's why I made it in like a credit card. Exact same size as your credit card, exact same size as your Visa card, your driver's license. It goes in your wallet and you never take it out until the pig is in front of you. Well, you should pull it out and you should read it and read it and read it and read it. Know every single step on this bad chicken. Look up every single Supreme Court case on here or Third Circuit case on here. Look it up. Oh, you got 2 sets? Yeah. I mean, typically, I want to make sure people have these. So a lot of people here. Put a 1 in the chat if you have a pair of cop cards. Put a 1 in the chat if you right now, right this second, own a set of Fifth Amendment cop cards. If you have a Fifth Amendment cop card, put a 1 in the chat right now. 1, 1, 1. There it is. You have to have one in your wallet. You simply have to have one in your wallet. And then typically, you know, I give a lot of these away. I don't want to give away my trade secrets here, but I give a lot of these away. If I gave you an extra set, it wasn't so you would have a backup set. It was so that you would give them to somebody else. A lot of people here, did you receive an extra set of cop cards from me? If you received an extra set of cop cards from me, put a 1 in the chat. I gave those to you so that you would give them to other people. That's why I gave them to you. A lot of people, if you ordered a hoodie from me, you might have found a pair of Fifth Amendment cop cards, 2 pairs. If I gave you 1 pair, it's for you. If I gave you 2 pairs, it's for you, and you can give a pair away. So I always, Houston hot dog, extra pair. Basil, I actually saw your order go through. I saw your order go through. Oh, Vincent Photography, what's going on, my brother? How are you? Yeah, you have to have it in your wallet. Because remember, a lot of pigs won't know. You may say, hey, F you, you jackboot thug pig cock sucker. Sorry for the language. Whoops. I tried to keep it PG-13. And then the cop may want to arrest you. So then right here, he said he's going to charge you. Tell the cop off, use vulgar language. Cop says he's going to charge you with this or with that. While filming, you state my right to free speech is protected by the First Amendment. First Amendment, 1971, Cohen versus California. Cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. Now, if you're in Podunk, Iowa, and that cop, you tell him he's a jackboot thug pig, Farfignugan ham sandwich eater, and then he says, oh, there's a kid here, so I'm going to arrest you for that. You don't want to go to the dungeon. So what you may want to do, you may want to film the card, film the cop, and then say, cop loses qualified immunity for arresting you. Do what you're going to do, piggy. You've already called him names, so let him know what you really think. And often you'll hear, the cops will say to me, you know, watch your mouth. And so I will say, F you, jackboot thug pig and Farfignugan, because I want them to arrest me for speech so I can sue them. Because I want to get most pigs fired if I can, so that they can see the light of the error of their ways, that they joined an evil, dark Death Star empire of evil, that Darth Vader doesn't have shit on what the Death Dark ship you joined in when you joined the police force. So I want you to be fired or get ran out of there so that you can find God and find the light, that being a jackboot thug pig brown shirt is the wrong way to live your life, and that you should find another way and go against that disgusting hierarchy, that hierarchy that's completely and utterly ruined and decimated a free America. And that's what I'm talking about. Just straight up. Just straight up. I want them fired so that they can find the light and have to do something else, so they realize that being an authoritarian pig is the bad move in life. That's how I feel. That's how I feel. You guys saw what the editor said. According to YouTube, the way I feel is demonetized. I can feel however I want, Derek Morris. Gloria, what's going on? Jackboot Thug Pigs. Jackboot Thug Pigs is here. What's going on? DJ Smith, good to see you, my friend. How are you, buddy? What is going on? Basil, good to see you, man. The Citizens Broadcast Cooperative. Got Chevy here. What is going on? Stanley, what is going on? Jim, how are you, my friend? 100% facts, Sonny. 100%. Always good to see Vincent Photography back in the room. Hope you're doing good, man. Good to see you, brother. Always good to see you. Long timer. Peter Burke, what's going on? Unisex, what is going on? Let's talk about shipping for 1 second. Shipping is taking up to 2 weeks, just so everybody knows. And the last couple medium hoodies ordered, it's going to be a week before I even got them in. I'm putting the order in tomorrow. It'll take a week to get them, and then it'll take another week before you get them. So I'm more than willing to refund the 2 or 3 medium people, but the hoodies are still in. We don't stop. XL, double XL, triple XL are in stock. We don't stop. These are in stock right now. The back of them is even better. Go look at them on deletelaws.com. Shipping is taking up to 2 weeks. Up to 2 weeks, even for just a trifold. Regular mail is taking up to 2 weeks for trifolds. I just received confirmation yesterday for someone who got a product. It took literally 14 days for them to get their product. I'm just It's just simple fact. So if you don't have it within, 14 days and that's the longest one yet. I don't have my phone on me for some reason, but this is my backup phone. And so on my text message, I was texting back and forth with the team DLZ, and he was like, "Yeah, dude, I just got this." Leonard was his name. We text back and forth because when he sent me in his thing, I said, "I'm going to mail this for you today." And then I ran to the post office. I took a picture of the envelope going into the mail. Because if you haven't got your trifold, I'm like devastated. I got to get your trifold to you. So I mailed it to Leonard. It took 2 weeks to get to the East Coast. Was it Ohio or North Carolina? I can't remember, but it just happened yesterday. The text message back and forth with Leonard. I wish I had my phone on me, but I don't. Oh, Dr. Donna, they got this. I'm surprised they're allowing me to gain subscribers. I'm really surprised they are allowing me to gain subscribers. Every one of my videos is getting demonetized. Whether I like it or not, my editors, you saw the note from my editor, they're just demonetizing my videos constantly. So, but make sure you guys get your cop card, get your Fifth Amendment cop card, get your Fifth Amendment cop card, your trifold, get it in your car so you always have it. And then it's like an insurance policy so that you know your rights, you have them on the spot. Oh, hey, Breaking the Flaw, were you saying something that you have you got something on your channel? I've been on for 2.5 hours today, so I'll cover your video, Breaking the Flaw. And remember, we also have a court date to keep up with in the East Coast, Breaking the Flaw, where there's going to be a judge that's going to want to hear about different things. So we got to get together and talk about that, Oh, can I make a video about the struggle that's getting demonetized? You can just see it. All right, listen, I've been on for 2.5 hours. I got to get the flock out of here. The Invisible Man, what's going on? Truth of God is here. What's going on? Thomas, can you guys put in the comment section for me? JBTP, Jack Boot Thug Pig, just so I can read some names. Forrest, what's going on, buddy? Grateful Dabs is here. What? No, Grateful Dabs. That's so funny. Sup, Chille? How are you? Good to see you, Michael Murr. So, Grateful Dabs, you were part of that ship snafu we had in the end of October where the computer just dropped like 100 orders and we never recovered them. So that means 100 people just didn't get their product from the end of October's orders. It was just devastating as a business. It was devastating. I spent so much time. Stomper, what's going on? How are you? Thermal, what is going on? Thermal Chill, what's going on? Jack Boot Thug Pig, says Deb. Royal, what is going on? Dar North, what is going on? Royal Turk, how are you? Christopher, how are you, my friend? Michael Murr. Brandy, what's going on? Butch the Original is here. The Ironton Connection. Alan Hubbs, what is going on? Oh, is Wheaton gone from North Carolina? Is going to be Mecklenburg Police Department. Wheaton is gone. Get the flock out of here. I'll stay on for 1 second. 1 second. Wheaton, North Carolina, Mecklenburg, Lieutenant, Luitenant. I don't see it. Let me see. Let me see if I can see this. Mecklenburg. I don't see the link. You know what, Alan, we'll cover it on the next one we do. Wheaton is gone. Alan Hubbs, just so you guys know, down in Mecklenburg, North Carolina. Alan Hubbs, he runs roughshod over the cops there because they're moronic pigs, and he has a camera and he knows his rights. And so he beats these cops up all the time. They've arrested him wrongfully, charged him, stalked him. They've done all kinds of weird stuff to Alan, but he's a real freedom fighter. I was pointing to the comment right down here from Alan. Breaking the Flaw. Let's cover your video on the next live. So I'm fresh. I think I got posters on deletelaws.com. Wheaton was the lieutenant in there. All right, listen, I've got to get the flock out of here. Gary Davis, good to see you, man. Thanks for coming by, man. Roger Bond, good to see you. Nice to see you, my friend. Bruce, Greg, what's going on, man? How you guys doing? I didn't see any Mikey in here today. Gloria. I didn't see any Mikey in here today. Chevy, what is going on? Leon Wade, what is going on, my friend? How are you? All right, I got to get the flock out of here. 2.5 hours. It's a long time on a Sunday. I'm going to go see my family. I'm going to go spend the rest of the day with my family. All right. I'm going to get the hell out of here. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I'll see you guys on the next one. Later, Gators.